Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Oh, I think I forgot to adjust my sounds. There we go. Running a little bit late today. I couldn't find my earbuds. But here we are. I actually had time to set up my, whoops, had time to set up my my stream today. Slipknot fan says, hello. Hi, how are you doing today? Yeah, I was saying that I had time to set up my stream today actually in a day in advance. First, LOL. Yeah. I think my earbuds did not sync on me. I can't hear myself. I'm not too sure what happened. I think now I think I'm speaking through the computer speaker, which is, I was hoping to run out really, oh, doing okay, you say. I was hoping to run out really quick because it's raining here and I think I know what I did. I accidentally muted myself. I don't know how much of what I said you weren't hearing. Oh, yikes. Halfway through the ghost movie called Prison with Viggo Mortensen. Yes, I remember we were talking about that last weekend. So I don't know how much of what I was saying that you heard and didn't hear. I didn't realize I accidentally muted myself, is what I was saying. Oh, yeah. Halfway through it. I have a copy of that one. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. Mm. My movie collection is so big, and I haven't watched a lot of those. Yeah, it was on mute for 30 seconds. Okay, so I don't know what the last thing you said was, and I can fill you in. Oh gosh. Didn't hear anything you said until that 30 seconds. Okay, yeah, I totally don't know what the last thing you said. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I was asking how your weekend was, and then I was, oh gosh, I just stood up too fast. Vertigo kicked in. I'm on my laptop, so I'm just walking around. I'm on my earbuds. I thought they disconnected on me, and I didn't realize I muted myself. So I'm going to run outside really quick and grab one of my plants. It's raining outside, so I don't want to get in overwatered. If you hear water sounds, that's what it is. And I will be right back in super quick. Yeah, this poor little guy's been struggled. We have had rain off and on here for a couple of weeks. I think I'm going to wind up having to repot him. I hope he doesn't give up on me. Actually, I think he might be at the end. He's turned yellow on me. Poor little guy. He keeps getting overwatered, and I keep trying to help him. let's see. So you said it was a Tommy Tyner listener in it. Lister in it. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I would have to Google it in order to know who that is. Lister in it. Oh, I didn't. Oh, sorry. Should have read ahead. That guy is well known as the villain in the Friday movie with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. Ah, okay. Okay. That helps me. I know who that is right there. Anthro says, "Hi, Kara. I love that you are watching a version of my favorite vampire story today. Hi, Anthro. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I know you like Carmilla. I'm familiar with the story. I believe she's older than Dracula, if I remember correctly. Um, I know this one's a shorter version of a shorter version because it's a TV movie slash I think television episode. Nightmare Theater produced it. Yeah, Debo from Friday. Yeah, that helps me realize who it is you were talking about. He's a huge guy. Yes, if I remember correctly, did he pass away recently, or am I confusing him with someone else? But yes, the Friday reference helps. I've seen that movie, so I know exactly who it is that you are talking about. Well, I know now. At first, I was like, I don't know who that is. Yeah, silly me. Um, Let me see. He was also in the Dark Knight. That's not ringing a bell. I'm not sure who he was in that one. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure who he played in that one at all. I think he's still alive. Okay, so I'm probably confusing him with someone else then. He was a prisoner on the boat. Okay. Yeah, see, certain things I'm just not too up on. So, yeah, I didn't do too much myself at all. I've had a lazy Saturday, so just hung out with the puppies. I'm surprised they're being quiet today. Usually they're howling and making a fuss in the background. I think it's you that nicknamed them the Hound of the Baskervilles. So I'm surprised they're being good, but maybe it's the rainy weather that's making them sleepy. So who knows? Hopefully they'll keep it napping. Let me see. Um, did I skip a few comments? Let me see. He refused to detonate the explosive. He refused to detonate the explosives, and the Joker had planted. Sorry, allergies kicked in. Now all of a sudden I sound like an old man. Let me see. Anthro says, in reference to Carmilla, yes, her story was partly inspiration for Dracula. Stoker was going to set Dracula in, I pronounce things horrible, I'm sorry, Styra, home of Carmilla, before he discovered Transylvania. I also find it fun that both Stoker and Le Fanu are Irish. He fought Hulk Hogan in No Holds Barred. Yes, I remember him from that. Also, hey, Kara. Yes, I remember him in No Holds Barred. The movie was so bad. I think it was also one of the first films that Vince McMahon had produced, if I remember correctly. Um, there's a Polish Carmilla film I heard. It's really good, but hard to find. I'm not familiar. I'm curious. I know I've seen the one that I'm kind of keen on is watching various film versions of Beauty and the Beast. Why? I don't know. I just like fairy tale stuff. But Carmilla is an interesting character for sure. Let's see. Why I do declare, is this a vampire movie? Yes, we're watching Carmilla right now. We're just kind of having a pre-film chit chat. This one's a short one. It runs about 54 minutes, so we're just having a pre-movie chit chat for now. But yes, this one's Carmilla. This one's a clean version because it was a TV movie, so you get a little bit of the female attraction, but there isn't too much of the the girl on girl action that you get in other versions of the story, like in Hammer films and stuff like that. I read about that. I think I saw that on your Twitter. I actually attended a virtual conference celebrating 100 years of Carmilla today. Yes, they discussed Latin American vampires, including Alucarda, yes, and LGBTQ revolutionist versions of Carmilla. Yes, Alucarda, I love. She's also have you seen the Exploitation film? Darn it, I don't recall who made the film, but that one is pretty good as well. It's very trippy, very symbolic. I know I've talked about it on my channel in the past. I for the life I've bad memory. I cannot remember who filmed it, but it does fall into that exploitation genre. It's very good. I would recommend it. It's worth checking out. And very obviously, it's Dracula, a Dracula spelled backward. Let's see, Beauty and the Beast is a great one to explore. Yes, it has a lot of very interesting themes. Some people would even compare parts of Beauty and the Beast to Bluebeard, um, in reference to how he keeps certain things secret and private to Belle from Belle. So it just depends on which version of the story that you've read. I took a whole class on Beauty and the Beast archetypes. Yes, another interesting one, and this is the one that fascinates me the most, is um, sorry, I went blank there. Little Red Riding Hood. That's one that I have studied. There's even, well, there's various books that have been written on her or on the story. Obviously, it starts off as a warning tale about young girls to guard their chastity from men who will take their virginity, exploit their bodies, use them, and then just move on. So that's what Red Riding Hood is really about. And then it later becomes a tale for women to actually use their sexuality to their advantage. And there's different versions of that one as well. So that one's the one I'm a lot more familiar with, and that's explored in different themes in film as well. Obviously in the Company of Wolves explores different versions of Little Red Riding Hood. So that one's one I can talk for a lot more. I can talk up a storm. I'm a lot more familiar with that one. Let's see. Trenchcoat says, "Hey, what's up? Hey, Trenchy, how are you doing? I don't know if anybody wants to jump on. I put the link in the Fiends chat, so it's definitely there if you want to hop on. Let's see, Anthro. I also wrote a paper on the Carmilla web series as a Beauty and the Beast story within that class. I had never considered that. Do you? I'm not familiar with the web series. Would you be able to direct me to that? I'd be interested in checking that out. Let me see. Okay, I've read that one already. Yes, Bluebeard and Beauty and the Beast are two very different payoffs. to the same setup. Yes. See, I see similarities in that one, especially in one version. It includes a punishment, and I could be wrong because once again, it's a story I'm not very familiar with. But to my understanding, yes, in one version there's a punishment. In another one, it just takes a whole different other turn. So, I could just be talking out my back end. So it's one that I just really can't talk about too much because I'm not as well versed. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can definitely look more into the literature and better educate myself on that one. I mean, I always could. It's always a good learning opportunity. Let me see. There's a movie by Full Moon Pictures called Meridian. Yes, I've seen that one. Sherilyn Finn's in that one. I love her. AKA The Ravishing, which seems to be heavily inspired by Beauty and the Beast. I would have to go back. The last time I watched that one was high school. So if it had Beauty and the Beast themes, I didn't catch the themes. So I'd have to go back and rewatch it. But I do remember liking the film. I do like older full moon, like 80s, early 90s. I cannot stand modern day full moon. Frenchy says Company of Wolves is great. Yeah, I like it. I love all of the themes. I think it's a little bit on the longer side. I like the was it the Angela Lansbury? I think she plays the narrator in between the segments with the little girl. But yeah, that one's fantastic. I actually do own a physical copy of that one. Um, yeah, that one I wouldn't mind revisiting. I pull it out every now and again, but it's I find it a little heavy. You see, one of the earliest versions of Red Riding Hood is far more adult version of Red who outsmarts the wolf. Yeah, it just depends. Like I think in one version she had to sleep with the wolf in order to keep from being eaten. In another version, the you actually find out that it's actually a story of incest between, I believe, the wolf and the grandmother. I think were related, or I could be getting that wrong. Between the wolf and the little girl, they were relatives, but yeah, I know there was incest in there somewhere. Let me see. I'll come up in a little bit. Just got to finish some things first. No worries. Take your time, no rush. Right now we're just chilling. Let me see. I'll send you the link on the web series on Twitter. I may also hop on the stream for a little bit. All right, cool. No worries. Excuse me. Let me see. I love old school. Yes, they're my favorite. I'm very biased towards subspecies. That's one of the first series I was introduced to, which I didn't realize was full moon, and very obviously Radu, which I didn't know was a Nosferatu reference. I love the long fingers. Of course, I was a little kid, so I didn't know much about the older the older horror references. There's Anthro.
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. I've mostly been holed up in my room all day, either talking about vampires or cleaning or doing laundry, and I don't think anything has changed yet. So,
Yeah, I've been chilling out. I've been napping off and on, but I'm going to blame that on the rainy weather. I woke up and it was raining, so I that was probably the humidity that made me sleepy.
yeah, it's raining really hard outside right now, and I'm finding it hard between the rain and my ADHD, it's just hard to find the motivation to get things done, but I'm trying.
Yeah. Yeah, poor dog got his lunch late because I overslept.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about 75 degrees here right now,
Hmm.
which for Texas is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice break from all the heat, but the humidity is just like, ugh.
Yeah. I bet.
Yeah. Let me see. And I almost said anthro. It's trenchy.
Mhm.
I also like how many. Sorry, I can't. I'm wearing my glasses and I get all the words backwards. I need a new prescription. I also like how many takes there have been on Hansel and Gretel. Yes, that one I'm not too familiar with. I'm part of a shamanic circle and we've explored this one, and it just we've discussed this one and it just doesn't stick with me.
Mm. Have you watched Gretel and Hansel, the Oz Perkins movie?
No, it hasn't. I haven't. I'm sorry. It
Oh,
hasn't.
yeah. Uh,
I'm going a bit. I'm going a bit. Lord of the Rings here. It hasn't.
but yeah, Gretel and Hansel is one of my favorite takes on the story. It does this really interesting thing where the witch is basically trying to like train uh, Gretel to basically be her successor as a witch, and
Mm.
meanwhile, it's like I'm going to eat Hansel. Um, but like the world has not been kind to Gretel at all. It's very sexist. It's very abusive. But at the same time, she's like, I don't want this witch to eat my brother. But there's like this sense of empowerment, but also taking choice away from her. And just has to like figure out how to navigate this uncaring world and this witch that's trying to empower her, but is also a cannibal. So it's really
Mhm.
interesting.
Oh, okay. Hmm. I don't know. Would you say it's kind of a metaphor for self-love?
Yeah. Or just like finding your own path. Like she's getting different messages from both sides where there's like, yes, this world is hard and I'm going to have to toughen up and live through it. And I appreciate this empowerment thing, but I also don't want to eat my brother. So, uh, like, it's just this kind of coming of age story almost. And I really like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like about fairy tales is they're not really stories, and of course you have to remember that they were mostly um, pagan knowledge that was being passed on. It's of course it had to be hidden and occulted.
Mhm.
So of course, because that's why it's called the occult, it's hidden. And of course, there's a lot of secret messages in there, which unfortunately was lost over the years. So we kind of have to decipher and find messages for ourselves that was in there. I mean, the Frog Prince, for example. I mean, yeah, I mean, like we kind of to a degree have to make the story up for ourselves, which is um, what is it to a degree? Like don't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes you have to find the beauty within rather than outside, or looks aren't everything.
Yeah. The thing I find interesting about that is whereas Beauty and the Beast, she like grows to love this thing. In the original version or the version of the Frog Prince that I've read, she's like, actually, I'm going to throw you against the wall because I don't
Yes,
want
I
to kiss
remember that. Yeah, she hurled him against the wall, and she wound up having to bring him to dinner and to honor to honor the promise that they made, because I forget what it was that went into the pond that he had to fetch for her. It's some toy or some bit of jewelry, or it was something.
you. Yeah, I don't remember. It was some kind of like yeah, golden ball or some kind of toy. Like it varies from version to version anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, she wound up having to bring him to dinner. Oh no, you're good.
Uh, I dropped my phone. It's okay.
And I remember because this was also part of our shamanic group. It's and even he says it's like he refers to himself as the bard, he was always coming to us with a story for us to explore, and he was surprised that none of the women laughed, because he always says during this part of the stories, someone always giggled when the frog came to dinner, and we're all looking at him like, why? And he says, well, every woman at some point during her dating life brings a frog home to dinner.
This made me remember, I last May took actually a class called Fairy Tale Fictions, and we looked at different versions of the same stories. So this collection right here is really nice, because it has like specific sections dedicated to different fairy tales. So you have Red Riding Hood, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Bluebeard, trickster stories, which includes Hansel and Gretel, the Juniper Tree, Tom Thumb, Jack and the Beanstalk, and Hans Christian Andersen section, an Oscar Wilde section, and then some essays. But it has in the Snow White section, like, it has like 4 or 5 different early versions, and then Snow Glass Apples by Neil Gaiman. Have you read that one?
No, I was about to say I'm not familiar with that one.
I highly recommend it. It's told from the Wicked Queen's perspective, and Snow White is a vampire, and the prince is a necrophile.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting that in my notes right now. You said Snow Glass Apples?
Yes.
And people thought that was a new concept with Disney retelling the villain side of the story. No, I hadn't heard of that one. And I remember as a kid, I had so many volumes and collections of fairy tales. So, let me see. I think you have a message here.
Yeah.
I noticed you saw Lucarda. I saw that movie a few years ago. It was really crazy. It's one of Guillermo del Toro's favorite horrors.
Yeah. And if you get there's a really good release of it by Mundo Macabro that actually has a little special feature that is Guillermo del Toro talking about the movie and how much he likes it. And yeah, that's a really good release of the movie if you don't have that.
Here comes Trenchy, or the Swamp Warrior.
Trenchy.
Hello. Yeah, someone changed my name to this, and I'm just too lazy to change it back.
That's very fair.
So you've gone from Trenchy to Swampy.
I guess so.
Just merge the trench coat in the swamp.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't wear my trench coat out in the swamp. That did not happen.
Oh. Swampy trench coat.
From a trench coat to raincoat.
How are you guys?
Doing all right.
Yeah, all right.
That's good.
You, Trenchy?
I'm good. I just finished one of the most amazing short films I have seen.
Oh?
So this guy on YouTube, Bryn Dwyer, he's a friend of mine. He made this trilogy called the Apple Pomade Trilogy, and it's about apples, the lives of apples, and they go to war, and they have sex, and they pee, and they commit suicide, and they get brought back from the dead. It's great.
This sounds like it was made for you, Trenchy.
It's amazing.
They pee and they go to war.
I love that.
But it's deep too. It's deep. It's sad. It's heartwarming. It's fucked up. It's weird. I love it.
You gotta send me the link to this, Trenchy.
I'll send you the link to the whole trilogy. There's 3 movies.
Oh. Now I want to see it.
Oh, I'll drop you the link too. The 3rd one just dropped today. That's why I had to finish it real quick before I came on. I was like, I gotta finish this.
Oh god.
It's amazing.
But Yeah, going back to what Slipknot fan in the chat was saying, Alucarda, that kind of ties into what we're watching today, because there's a lot of Carmilla in Alucarda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of good specific examples now, because it's been so long since I've seen the movie.
Where is the movie available?
The last time I watched it, there was a version on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look it up.
But Kara, do you have a favorite version of Carmilla?
I haven't run across one yet. I know there was one we watched on a watch along during your channel. It's a horrible memory. Yeah. I think it was a Hammer film.
Yes, I actually I got a new release of that one, and I can bring it over. But you were saying something else. Please continue.
No, I was gonna ask. I don't know if Daughters of Darkness counts. I really like that one too.
I love Daughters of Darkness. I also just got that movie, so I want to show off physical media. I'm sorry. Give me a moment.
No, you're good.
I don't think I've seen a version of Carmilla besides the one on Amphro's channel. I think I watched that along in the chat. Mm-hmm. But besides that, I don't think I've seen a version. So I'm interested because I've heard Amphro read the book, and everybody's been saying it's pretty good. It's a good story, so I'm willing to check it out.
And Trinchy, I think you would really enjoy the web series. It's shot from one perspective. It's Laura as a modern day college student. She's like vlogging her whole life, and Carmilla's her new roommate, and they don't get along. And there's a giant anglerfish under the school.
That sounds great.
It's so good. It's so good. It's very Buffy inspired. There's a lot of Buffy references.
Oh yeah, I've been rewatching Buffy. And I was wrong about Sarah Michelle Gellar. I don't know what I was thinking when I first watched it. I actually like how she plays Buffy now.
Yeah.
I get it. I think because I'm older and I'm more empathetic, I can get it now.
Yeah. I right before I did all the stuff where I moved into college, I rewatched the Christy Swanson Buffy movie, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And I finished Angel now, which holy shit.
Oh yeah, man.
And I watched the motion comic of Buffy season 8.
How was it? I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's from the Buffy comics. It's a continuation. They got they animated some of the panels, and then got voice actors who are not the original cast, but it still worked. There is one storyline in that called Wolves at the Gate, where one, Buffy finds out she's bisexual. She has an affair with one of the other Slayers. B, Dracula comes back and fights alongside characters. And 3, Dawn is giant now and fights a mecha version of herself in Tokyo.
Dude.
That's one storyline. That's one 4-comic arc.
I do want to get into the comics because I know there's a series. There's a series with Faith and Angel where Angel kills an important character, and him and Faith have to work together because Faith's the only one that still believes in him, and those are 2 of my favorites. So, but I definitely want to check out everything else too because it sounds insanely awesome.
It is. Also, Warren comes back and he's alive. He just still doesn't have skin. But I'm getting off on a tangent now. This is the collector's edition of the Vampire Lovers. And it has a bunch of new Scream Factory special features, including an audio commentary track that is a video essay on different versions of Carmilla over the years, narrated by Madeline Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there's a lot more of just Madeline Smith talking about her experiences on the set, and it's pretty interesting. And then I did pick up Daughters of Darkness not too long ago, and I've only seen this movie once, but I've been watching a lot more like reviews and analysis of this one, and I need to see it again. It's really good.
Yeah, I was very impressed with that one the first time I saw it. Which, I mean, I watch a lot of stuff, so it's usually when I see something, I'm like, oh, that was good. I've seen better. That was horrible. And I just move on. And I'm like, this one, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very unique, especially in like the canon of lesbian vampire movies. It doesn't really fit a lot of the same tropes.
Yeah.
Like, it does things very differently.
It's not like what was it, Vampirus? Was that the one where they go hitchhiking and they lure people in and yeah.
I like that one too. I don't love it as much. It's like, but I've also been like watching and reading more analysis of that one, and there's interesting stuff going on in that one. It's very focused on the sex.
Yeah. Well, exploitation, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a thing. So I mean, it's its own. It has its own category which is what they were going for. But yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people. Like, if you're going to do both, which I'm fine with, but I still want a story.
Yeah. And I think there is a story in vampires. You just have to look for it more sometimes, and like thinking more about the dynamics between the two vampires in that, and why they do what they do, and how it's sort of a revenge thing, and how they need blood, it becomes more interesting. But just looking at it like at face value, it's like, this is exploitation and I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, see, I'm skin doesn't bother me. I prefer when it's done tastefully. I'm more of like the art house type. I'm very heavy on storyline. I mean, if it's trash, if it's sleaze, whatever. But if it's heavy on story, that's more my preference. I mean, some people, everybody has their own taste. I'm not judging.
Which reminds me, I also very recently watched Vampiros Lesbos, the Jess Franco film, which is very like voyeuristic in a way, but it's one of my favorites. I think it's beautiful. Like, it's very dreamlike and loose, but I think it works in a way. Have you seen that one?
I want to say I have a copy. I'm semi-familiar with Franco. It's not ringing a bell.
Yeah. Sorry, I do highly recommend that one. Again, the plot is kind of thin, but there's elements of Dracula. There's like a female Renfield figure almost. There's a lot of like blurring between the lines of dreams and reality, and it's just pretty. It's a really pretty, beautifully shot, colorful movie. Like, it's almost like Suspiria in that way.
Yeah, see, if it's sleazy but it's heavily symbolic, that I can let it pass.
It is very heavily symbolic.
Because from what I heard about Jess Franco, he was like into the exploitation genre. He was like, it was him, and there was another guy too, the guy that created gore, essentially. I forget his name.
Was it Fulci?
No, not Fulci. The guy that I forget his name. He did 2001 Maniacs. He like did the gore movie.
Herschel Gordon?
Yeah, Herschel Gordon.
Or is it Herschel Gordon Lewis or Herschel Gordon?
One of those. Yeah, that guy though. Yeah, Herschel. Yeah, like How do you feel about their movies, Ampro? Because I don't like. You're not really. I didn't think you would be really into exploitation. So, like, what is your thoughts on the genre?
So exploitation, like in and of itself, I don't love like when it's just out and out. We're doing this to exploit an idea. Like that doesn't interest me. But there are like, especially in the 70s, there's a lot of crossover between like grindhouse and art house movies. Where like the same places that are going to be showing like erotica movies are going to be showing art house films, because those were the places where you could push the boundaries more. So
Yeah.
there's like a lot of movies that are exploring really interesting transgressive topics that like I think are beautiful, but there's also movies where I'm just watching like there's the possibility that I could just turn on a movie and watch someone get sexually assaulted, and I don't want to do that.
I mean, that's fair. I like the exploitation genre, but that's because usually you'll see some crazy stuff. Not like, I'm not for the rape and stuff, of course, but you'll see like, you know, little people stabbing people and like people just getting cut up and just crazy stuff that you probably wouldn't see in a regular movie.
Right, I do. Yeah, there's places where I'm just like, I'm not comfortable with this, but there are also places where I'm like, this is the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my life, and I don't think I could see this anymore.
Yeah, and I think some of them are deep. Oh, my bad, Cara. Go ahead.
No, I mean that's what I was saying. Like if it's just a porn, like a horror film, a porn disguised as a horror film, I'm not into that. But like if it's an actual film, I'll watch it. But like, okay, if it's a girl, you know, giving to a fellatio to 3 guys at the same time, and then a maniac comes in and kills them all, I'm like, no, that's not a movie.
Yeah,
that's not a movie I want to watch.
Right. What was I gonna say? Because yeah, like with a lot of these lesbian vampire movies, they are like, it feels like they were made for like ostensibly by people who are not lesbians, who are probably men who just wanted to look at boobs. But like the acting in these 2 movies particularly is amazing. Like there's scenes where it feels like you're watching something very intimate in this, but also Ingrid Pitt is like, there's a tragedy to Carmilla.
You reminded me, I don't know if you're into Arthurian lore, but it's also put out by Mondo Macabro. It's called The Girl Slaves of Morgana Le Fay, and it sounds like exploitation. It sounds trashy, but it's actually very artsy. Like you do see naked women, but it's done in a very tasteful manner, and it's very artistic. It's not really exploitation. It sounds like it, and there's really, it's not very, like girl on gore. Wow, girl on girl on girl.
That's an exploitation movie title right there.
Yeah, it is. But actually, it sounds like something I would watch. Girl on gore.
Yeah.
Actually, sounds like a song too. But it's not really girl on girl. There I went again. I think it's my accent getting in the way. But like there's a slight love interest, like kind of like a girl's taken against her will. They're trying to make her part of the harem, and you have her pampered, and she's being oiled and bathed and all this stuff. But there's really nothing where she's being taken against her will or anything. It's very tastefully done. I would recommend that if you're kind of like into the artsy type stuff.
Yeah. What was it called again? I'm trying to search it so I know where to look.
It's The Girl Slaves of Morgana Le Fay, which, if you're into Arthurian lore, that's the sister of King Arthur.
I do love some Arthurian lore for sure.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line, and like, I do think there's some exploitation that might have gone too far, but are still like, they still tell a story, and they're still deep. Like, I like Cannibal Holocaust. I respect those that don't. I get it. I understand. Like, I don't agree with half the stuff in that movie, some of that stuff, but I still think that like it just shows you that dark side of humanity, and it really shines a light on it that other films don't really do, you know.
Yeah.
But oh, my bad.
No, you're good. I was going to say something, but I'll wait.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say is I get why people wouldn't want to take that journey because it's messed up, it's sadistic, it's not a movie you can watch all the time, but it is a journey, and it is very well done. There's, you know, I wish they didn't do just that one thing. If they didn't do that one thing, I think the movie would have been messed up, but you know, more people could have watched it, you know.
If it's the thing that I think you're talking about, then there is a cruelty-free version they've released, but still, I can't watch it. I just can't.
I get it, though, Amfro. There's some really messed up stuff, even without that, which, I don't know. I watched the full-on version because I don't know why. Maybe I'm a little messed up in the brain, but just to get the full experience, but I can't watch it often, you know? I can't watch it.
Yeah.
That's not something you could watch all the time.
I think we've all run across that one movie where it's a little too much, and it's like, no, like I've had that experience where, and I never thought I would ever run across it, but I've had that one experience where I watched this one movie, and the sound of the one character screaming, it would just all of a sudden just hit me, like just randomly in the middle of like my work day, in the middle of conversations with people, like totally unrelated. And it was months before it finally stopped. And it's like, what the devil? And I'm like, it was just disgusting. And it was like some weird trauma response.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I won't say enjoy. I like the movie. I think it's a good movie, but it's just, I get why people, you know, wouldn't watch it. That's one that I will defend. I will say it's not total trash. Like, it's not, there is a meaning to it.
Right.
It's just, I get why people wouldn't watch it, you know. I don't think it's just a shock film, but you know, they do certain things that, yeah.
Yeah, and I respect people who are, sorry, were you going to say something, Kara?
No, I was going to say, I think you have a question earlier from about the vampire films. How much do they run?
Oh, these. This was actually, I almost bought it on pre-order and then didn't, which I'm kind of sad about because it came with a poster, and I love collecting all things Carmilla, but this, I don't know exactly how much it goes for because I was actually gifted this as a birthday present from my family, which not everyone can say. Trenchy, no. Oh, you're back.
He's back. Yeah, I think he just dropped.
Oh, no.
There we go.
I'm still here, my bad.
Okay. And then Daughters of Darkness, I think I bought this one on eBay for a little under $20. So eBay is a good place to go if you want good quality releases of movies for reasonable prices.
Yeah, they do have good deals. Darn it, there's another place I used to go to, Mercari.
Yes.
They have some really good deals too. Mercari. Yeah, and you can get some really good deals there too.
I will say regarding Mercari, I tried to buy a Blu-ray of Blood of the Triffids, which is a really cool modern movie that kind of is evoking like Jess Franco and Jean Rollin and Hammer, but with like a modern twist on it. I tried to buy a Blu-ray of that through Mercari, and I got through close to finishing the payment process and was just like, this seller is away right now and you can't buy it. But I would still get emails like, do you want to complete this purchase? And I was like, I can't finish it. The seller's away. And then I got an email saying, sorry, this one's already been sold. And it was like, I thought the person was away. I wanted to buy this.
They did you dirty.
Yeah. I'll find a Blu-ray of it. I found like a vintage style VHS copy of that movie too, which it's a modern movie. I got a VHS of it, which was fun.
20 seems similar price in England, Slipknot fan says.
Okay, that's good. Also, regarding your earlier question, Andy Warhol did not direct Vampiros Lesbos. It was Jess Franco. Andy Warhol did not direct Andy Warhol's Dracula either.
Yeah, it was somebody else. He just produced it, I believe. Same with Flesh for Frankenstein.
Yeah, and I actually was at the Severin releasing booth at Monster Bash, the convention I went to in the summer, and the guy there was talking about the director of Blood for Dracula and how he would always like sign things he would give in with Andy Warhol had nothing to do with this movie.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know why he stuck his name on it, just being sleazy, I guess.
He being sleazy or just wanting to seem like a more prolific artist than he was. He probably backed the film in some way, but like didn't have any
like
I'll give you money if you put my name on this movie.
Like it's like everyone thinking Pan Labyrinth was Guillermo del Toro's film. Like, no, he produced it. He didn't direct it.
Really?
He didn't direct it?
I could be wrong, but I believe someone else directed it. I thought someone else. I thought he only put up the movie for it.
For Pan's Labyrinth was Del Toro's baby.
Let me Google it. I could be wrong.
Because I know there's a similar situation with Tim Burton and what's his name? Harry. Henry something. Henry Selick. He did James and the Giant Peach and Nightmare Before Christmas. He directed it, but everybody thinks they're Tim Burton's movies, which
yes.
And now everybody thinks Small Line's a Tim Burton movie too.
Okay, yes, I did. Okay, I was wrong. I just fibbed. Pan's Labyrinth is Guillermo del Toro, so I was thinking a different film. So I'm a fibber.
You're good.
I feel like more people think because he produced it. I think more people think that Del Toro directed Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and it was Andre Overdahl who directed that one.
I still have to see I'm willing to give it a chance, but I am kind of like, I don't get why they didn't make an anthology.
Yeah, it's not amazing, but I did see it in theaters and it was fun.
Because I like the Goosebumps movie, and I just look at it, I'm like, oh, this is like an adult version of the Goosebumps movies, but still for children. But I did enjoy the first one. I did enjoy that movie. I thought it was sweet and funny.
The Scary Stories movie, it's charming. Like it's not gonna blow you away, but it does like recreate some of the most disturbing moments from those books. And it's also set in 1968, so they go to see the original Night of the Living Dead at the drive-in, and they're watching some fucked up stuff from that in this kids movie.
I haven't seen it yet. Someone gave me a digital copy of it, and I still haven't gotten a chance to just sit down with it.
I don't think I've seen it since I saw it in theaters in like 2019, but I remember liking it.
Let me see. I'm looking forward to seeing the Scarecrow segment in Scary Stories.
They do the Scarecrow, and it is creepy.
You said doo-doo.
We're all mentally 4-year-olds on some level.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I'm more blatant about it, though, I think.
Oh, I just like to be silly. Like, if someone says assessment, I'm like, you said ass. It's just fun to be silly every now and again. It's like, why be so serious all the time?
Yeah. I love how we used to play this game in what was it, daycare, and it was just all us dumb little kids, and then we would try to like trick each other into saying "I cup," because like ICUP.
I know that one. Spell I cup. Or the other one, hold your tongue and say I was born on a pirate ship.
Oh yeah, try to say like ship real fast 5 times and 10 times.
Yes, I grew up watching Beavis and Butthead. That's probably where it comes from.
I'm actually not a big fan, surprisingly, or South Park. I mean, I like the movies for some reason, but I can't watch a full episode of the show.
I've never watched a full episode of Beavis and Butthead. I have watched the Rob Zombie animated trip out scene from the movie, though.
See, I can't. I would watch South Park back in the day as an adult. I just can't stand it. It's too crude for me.
I should like it because I like crazy stuff, but I just can't get into the show. At least the movie I oddly like, but the show I've tried to watch some episodes and I just couldn't finish them. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I think we're annoying Anthro.
yeah, it's just not a priority for me.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody likes just juvenile humor. I get it.
I mean, I do, but like in certain doses. Like, I don't know if I like watching like right before bed, just turning off my brain and watching the stupidest videos I can possibly find. It's not usually toilet humor, but sometimes it is. It's just specific people who I follow, who I know are just spitballing and improvising and coming up with stupid stuff. But yeah, that's not usually the thing. Like, usually during the day, I want something a little bit more to sink my teeth into, but then later I'll just find something stupid and funny. The problem is my analytical brain will start analyzing the way they do humor and joke setups, and it's just like,
oh Jesus,
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, I mean, I kind of get it. Like when I was younger, I used to want to break down and analyze things, and I get that every now and again too. Like, I had friends that would listen to foreign music, and it would irk me because I didn't know what the devil they were talking about. And they're like, just listen to the sounds. It sounds pretty. And I'm like, but I can't analyze what they're saying. How does the sound of this relate to what they're saying?
Yeah, but yeah, with that, I would mostly start like analyzing the musical stuff, but like not everybody's a music nerd, so in that way.
Any more swamp adventures in the future?
Probably not. I gotta put up the last part of me getting out of the swamp, but that no more going back to the swamp. I don't think. That wasn't even supposed to happen the first time.
But Trinchy, I know you've only seen one version of Carmilla. I still highly recommend the web series and a lot of versions, but what's your favorite, what are some of your favorite vampire stories? I know you've probably talked about this. I just want to hear it again.
Favorite vampire stories? Well, trying to think, Lost Boys is definitely, love that movie. For books, Dracula's pretty good, but my favorite vampire book's probably it's a series, I haven't finished it, but it's called Secluded du Freak.
I love Cirque du Freak. I haven't finished it either. I never even finished the first book, but I borrowed
dude, it gets fucking crazy, man. Yeah. I got to the part, I won't spoil it, but let's just say he might become a full vampire if he does certain challenges.
Yeah.
And I just love that series. I love that world. It's got it's got things you expect, but things that are interesting. There are great characters. It's childish, but there is death. There is like real consequences, and
Yeah.
it's just great.
Again, I need to finish the first book, but I remember just reading the opening of that and him being with his best friend and being like, he likes spiders, I like vampires, we both like creepy stuff. We're gonna have a sleepover and watch horror movies together. And it's just like, this is really charming. I like these two best friends, even if their relationship is like, it has its ups and downs, but like that was just really charming to me. And then seeing them like go to this like underground vampire circus together was really fun.
Yeah, it's interesting how that develops because that character disappears for a little bit, but apparently he comes back in the series, and not gonna spoil anything because I haven't even read it, so like I've already had it spoiled, I guess. But let's just say that creates some tension.
I bet.
Yeah. But I like those. I like the original Interview with a Vampire movie, not that second one, the first one.
Queen of the Damned is kind of stupid, but I like it.
I don't like how they...
But I like it.
Oh, go ahead, Carl. My bad.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. You go ahead first. I'll go after.
No, I was going to say it's bad, but I like it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like every time I hear Jonathan Davis from Korn's voice coming out of this Lestat, I just lose my mind. It's so funny. And also the soundtrack's actually really good. Like you get the sense that he actually read the books and like understood the vibe. It's just they got rid of Louis and so much other stuff that would have tied it to the original story. Also, Anne Rice offered to write that movie for free and they turned her down.
That's not my Lestat though. I haven't read the books. He could be like that in the books, but that's just, I love the Tom Cruise version where he's like, I'm a monster and I love being a monster and I'm insecure, but yeah. But then that one just, there's a line to a song making fun of pop songs, and I think this applies to Lestat in that movie. It says, remember to come off rebellious and damaged, but not too much so you can't get packaged. And that's how I feel. It's like, I'm a bad boy, but not really. I'm not really a bad boy, but I'm going to pretend to be, and that's just the vibe I get from that movie. And I'm like, that's not Lestat.
The thing I love about Lestat in the books, and I think some of this comes across with Tom Cruise, is he is a softie in some ways, but he's so fucked up.
Yes. He doesn't like to show it, and that's what I like.
Well, and that's why I don't like that they meshed the two books together, because if they had done it proper and done the vampire Lestat, then you would see his human side, and it wouldn't be so muddled between the... Darn it! It behooves me. What was the book after the vampire Lestat? It was Queen of the Damned.
It was Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, and they ruined the story by mushing them both together, because you can't tell two stories at the same time. It suffers, which is what they did. It was like the entire movie was a dog dragging its butt across the carpet.
Well, but like the thing I find interesting is that you basically, in those, the main wraparound story is that Lestat wakes up in the 80s and is like, I'm going to start a rock band, and then he summons the Queen of the Damned by doing that. He summons Akasha, who he met before. But really, the bulk of both of those books is flashbacks to first Lestat's entire life, and then the second book, you've got that. And then also flashbacks to like Maharet and Mekare and all of this earlier vampire lore. Basically, Queen of the Damned is adapting the wraparound story and like keeping the flashbacks to a bare minimum when that's like the driving force of the books.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I get that, and I think there was maybe a better way it could have been utilized.
Yeah.
They should have done, from what I'm hearing, I've never read the books, but they should have done movies for the flashbacks and then done a movie for the wraparound story instead of just ignoring the flashbacks.
Mm-hmm. How do you all feel about the upcoming Interview with the Vampire series?
I'm curious. I saw the trailer, and I'm just so stuck on the film because I've watched it for ages, and that's what I grew up on. So when I see the casting choices, my first thought is, first off, because I don't watch modern films, so I don't know who any of these people are. And then second, I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, I never pictured, okay, this face with this character. So it's more. It's more like my hang up because it's not a judgment against them. I just admitted I have no idea who they are. So I can't say, oh, I think so and so was a good choice, so and so is a bad choice, because I don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm. And I'm actually very down with some of the changes they're making. Like Louis is a plantation owner in the original, and in this, he's like, I think he owns a brothel, but he's also a person of color. So it's just a different dynamic, which that's not who Louis is. That's not what they're exploring with the original book, but I think it will be interesting. But they've aged up Claudia, which completely goes against everything that makes Claudia so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want you to be showing like a little girl in like oddly sexual situations, because I think they're going to sex up some more of the scenes, but also I don't want to see Claudia in those situations, period. I want that to be done through vampire bloodletting stuff.
Well, I never got the fact that there was any sexual tension with Claudia. I've only seen the movie. I never got that. I mean, yeah, she would cuddle with Louis, but that's because she sees Louis as a father figure, in my opinion. I never saw it as or a brother. I never saw it as a lover situation.
I never thought
you
that
can
was...
take it different ways. Like, you can say it's an emotional love, or if you want to take it there, because they're centuries old. So, I mean, technically, they could have, quote unquote, copulated.
See, the thing in the books, though, is the plumbing
it's never implied.
They have to do it through blood. They literally can't have sex because the plumbing doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Claudia, though, is she might be mature a little bit, but I feel like she'll always have the mentality of a child in some way, because she can't grow.
I agree.
I mean, the mind grows up, but the body won't.
Yeah, I think her mind does mature a lot.
Okay.
But, like, she cannot break out of that. Like, she sees, like, this fully grown woman in the window, and she's like, I want that for myself. You don't understand. I'm stuck in this body, and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, like, in that scene, she would have been, like, 30 years old. That's what you have to remind yourself.
Yeah, maybe because I just see the child, I think it's still a child mentality. I gotta look past that and remember, this is a fucking vampire. This is a vampire.
Yeah, and she uses that to her advantage, which is so devious and wonderful. The other thing about her, though, is like Kirsten Dunst as Claudia, the fact that she still was a child and yet was able to play something that really came off to me as an adult in a child's body was amazing.
It's probably her best performance, because I've seen other Kirsten Dunst movies, like one of my favorite, the Spider-Man trilogy. She was very bland in that. I love those movies, but she wasn't the best Mary Jane. That's probably not her fault, just probably the script. But she was amazing in Interview. Everyone was amazing. That movie's just, like, I showed it to a friend that doesn't like horror, and even they liked it, because it comes off as more as a drama with vampires.
Right. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, I never see them as Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt in that movie. I see them as the vampires. They disappear into those roles.
Yeah.
Because I don't like Tom Cruise as an actor or a person, but like he's okay in some movies like Rain Man and stuff. But I wouldn't say he's the best actor. But Interview, he was amazing. He was amazing as Lestat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and this is also the guy, speaking about Brad Pitt, he's the guy who later, was it later that same year or the following year, he was in Legends of the Fall. So he's diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad Pitt's good.
Let me see.
But basically, they sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Basically, the other thing I like is they ask these two actors that are typically seen as like really hyper masculine to play these like really elegant, kind of gay coded vampires, and they did it so well. Like it's completely playing against type for them.
Yeah. Like, it was a very well done dynamic, like, between them, because I love how Brad Pitt's just over here being like, I want to die. And then Lestat's like, just cheer up and eat some people. Let's have fun together. Like, stop being so mopey.
Yeah, I
just
also
murder people.
Yeah, I love Lestat's little temper tantrums though.
Yeah.
Yes. It's well, you have to remember he's used to he's privileged. He grew up getting his way, getting everything he wanted, and here's this emotionally distraught person who he's not going to play ball because he's still dealing with centuries of his own pain, and he hasn't worked through that, and here's this spoiled man-child that forced his will on him, and he never got a chance to work through his own grief.
Right. But at the same time, like, I love the scene where Louis is like, surely you must know something about where we came from, and Lestat just explodes and is like, why? Why do I need to know these things, Louis? Why do you think I know them? Because I think Tom Cruise read the other books beforehand, and if you've read the books, you know that the vampire who turned Lestat was literally just like, you're a vampire now. Bye. I'm going to jump into a fire and die because I don't want to live anymore, and I'm not going to explain anything to you.
Oh, I always thought, I haven't read the books, I always assumed Armand turned him.
Oh, no.
From what I heard.
No, he met Armand when Armand was already turned, and Armand was part of this little gang that lived in the cemetery, one of the, like a crypt in Paris, and were like self-deprecating because they thought they were children of the devil and it deserved to suffer. And Lestat essentially pulled them out of that, and they created the Theatre des Vampires, the vampire theater that they go to see and interview.
Well, and I don't remember if that was mentioned in the book or not, because sorry, I'm saying that backwards. I don't remember if that was mentioned in interview because that's, or in, I don't remember if that was mentioned in interview because that's the backstory that you get in Vampire Lestat is that the maker was insane. He killed himself. And so Lestat doesn't know anything about vampires or where they come from. He had to fend for himself and learn to feed and kill and all this other stuff.
The thing is, though, now that I'm thinking about it, Lestat actually does, to some extent, find his way back to the first vampire in the Vampire Lestat, and then proceeds to tell Louis about none of that. Also, what was I gonna say? Yeah, they never outright reference that in interview, but when like Armand reads Louis' mind and is like, oh, Lestat, I haven't heard that name in a long time. He's like, you know Lestat? And Armand's like, So they do imply it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that maybe Armand was like Lestat's, like, I've always thought, oh, Lestat turned Armand, so that's why Armand's obsessed with Louis, because I think maybe Lestat did something to fuck him over in the past, so that's why Armand wants Louis, because he's like, I don't know, out of jealousy or some shit. Like, I always assumed there was some weird rivalry.
I think it's because he assumes Louis can teach him something new because he was under Lestat's wing.
Yeah. Maybe. Also, what was I going to say? I do need to leave in just a second, but...
Oh, no worries.
What I was going to say is that... what was I gonna say? Dang it. I'm losing my thought. Oh, at the end of the original not at the end of the original interview book, at the beginning of Queen of the Damned, we catch up with the interviewer, like the Christian Slater character from the movie, who gets turned by Lestat at the end of the movie. At the beginning of The Damned, he gets turned and is sired and kind of becomes the Renfield to Armand.
Oh shit, that's dope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like Armand is discovering new technology and is like playing records all the day. He becomes just this little gremlin obsessed with technology, and it's great.
Oh,
also,
before you go, there's one more I would like to recommend to you, Anfro, because I think you might find it interesting. It's one of my favorite shows with vampires. It's Being Human UK, and it's about
seen it.
A vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost living in a house together and trying to be human, but dealing with the fact they're monsters. It's
Carrie,
great.
you have spammers. Do you have a mod who can get rid of the spammers?
Oh shit.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. There we go.
Good. And yeah, I definitely want to see Being Human UK.
Yeah, make sure you see the British version. The US is okay, but the British version I feel is more interesting.
Yep. Oh, and also, you haven't missed anything. I just have to go. Yeah, they haven't even started Carmilla yet, but I have to go now.
It was good seeing you, dude. I always love catching up with you.
Yeah, and have fun with this version of Carmilla. It's not my favorite, but it has some stuff worth seeing.
Yeah, on the plus side, it's a short one, so.
Yeah. So yeah, take care.
Stay frost, dude.
Alrighty. So yeah, I guess right now is as good a time as any to start it up. That's kind of why I was holding off, is because I know Anthro's not too crazy about it.
Right. It's only 52 minutes, right? That's the version.
It's only 52 minutes. It's short, so that's also why I was holding off. I hope no one kind of got discouraged and was starting to think that we weren't going to show it.
Oh, usually, like, from the watch-alongs I've been on, it might take an hour to get to the actual movie.
No, yeah, I mean, I hope no one got discouraged and thought we weren't going to show it. I was. I don't think I mentioned in the description that it was 52 minutes, so that we might do it. I mentioned it earlier in the. Hi, Kara.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier in the live stream that we were going to BS and talk first before showing it.
Yeah.
So, wait, what? Have you guys not started the movie yet?
We're just getting ready to start it, so you haven't missed anything.
I'm gonna get it set up then, because I was gonna be like, I thought I was too late to even start the movie.
No, you're good. If you want to grab a quick pee break or grab a snack, I'm just grabbing my link. I had it, but I want to make sure I didn't accidentally grab any other links in the meantime and paste the wrong thing.
I got it pulled up. I'm just going to go with the 52-minute version over the 51 because it's slightly longer.
I have a 52.06. I don't know if we have the same one. Fright Night fan?
Yeah, Fright Night Fever fan, 5207.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting ready to drop that in the chat for everyone else. That way they can have a chance to pull it up. So I learned my lesson the hard way. We're going to have to watch it on our own screens. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. But that's how we usually do it.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could share screen. Yeah, I didn't catch that. Sorry, I was lollygagging. Delete spam and comments. Sorry. I don't know why we got a spammer. Usually they don't turn up.
They're everywhere.
Yeah,
you were bound to get them eventually.
Luckily, we didn't get one of those because I get them in my. I screen my comments, but I get them in my video comments, the OnlyFans stuff, and I'm like, get out of here. I don't want to see your wang or your boobs.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They've been speaking Spanish now to trick us.
Ah,
They're
it's okay.
speaking
I'm
different
bilingual. I can
languages.
fish you out. I'm bilingual. I'm onto you.
They're
I'm also in the
evolving.
process. I also speak very poor French, so you know I'm semi-trilingual. Get out of here. Let's see. Oh, amazing. I'll grab my popcorn then. Cool. Let's see. See you, Anthro. I don't remember if I put that up in time. Deleting spam and comments. Yeah, I don't have a moderator set up. The only reason is because if anybody ever posts anything like ugly, I would be embarrassed if anyone else saw that. I don't know. I've never thought to set up a moderator. Plus, I don't know if anyone would be willing to do it.
I'll tell you, I would say Marty. He's like very dependable when it comes to that.
Who
And
is?
I would say have like 3 or 4. Marty.
Yeah, Marty. Yeah, because I want to get back to doing my audio dramas. The thing is, I usually post those or I have them premiere when I'm working, which means I don't have time to screen my comments because I'm working. My workload during the day is super heavy. So if there's a spammer, I can't take care of it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, 52 minutes including indie credits. Yes. So it's a short one. It's a short TV movie. It's from a TV series called Nightmare Classics, and they would produce short TV shows or TV episodes. So it's a short TV movie.
Hmm.
So it's a little on the dry side, which I'm guessing is probably why it's not one of Anthro's favorites. But it's not a
Right.
big deal. It's not a big deal. Like I extended the invitation because I know he likes Carmilla. He said he's already seen it. So he did us the courtesy of dropping by. He's a big vampire / Carmilla fan.
Oh yeah, it was
I'll
great
be
catching up with him.
Yeah, I haven't chatted him in a long while. Let's see. I'll be
Yeah.
dropping in and out tonight, but I'll be happy to mod in future whenever you're on next. That would be awesome if you don't mind. That'd be super cool. Let's see. I'll do it on Triv streams all the time. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, whenever, sorry, I was talking too fast. Whenever anyone is willing to, I'd appreciate it. I would mostly just need the help whenever I've got my radio dramas going because that's the only time I can't monitor the chats.
Right.
Yeah, it's usually good to have 1 or 2 mods.
Yeah.
Or in the case of Trinchy, about 100.
Oh gosh, does he get a lot of hate comments?
No, I just make everybody a mod.
Oh. Yeah, because I know the way Queenie does it, they make everybody a mod that's ever been on their show.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't. Do they still live stream? I haven't seen them on in a while.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't
Okay.
I haven't seen Queenie since he did the birthday stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whenever I'm not sure of pronouns, I just usually say they because it seems like a safe.
Yeah,
safe
I
guess.
think he goes by he.
He. Okay.
I think so. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's
Yeah,
what
that's
I
the only
believe.
reason I say they when I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know if everybody's ready, if they grabbed their snacks. The link's in the chat. So let me see. It's there whenever you guys are ready. Just let me know. I'm just chit-chatting and BSing actually. And I've got my earbuds plugged in, so I think I'm going to run off and grab some quick tea, but I can still hear you guys.
Yeah, just let me know if the TV is too loud.
Alright.
Because I don't have any headphones for it or anything.
I don't have an ad blocker, so I may have to just like skip commercials and stuff. That's what we did last time Lady Sasha was on.
Me too. I'll have to do the same. I don't have that.
Yeah, I mean, I do it because I know some streamers and people that I support and follow, like they're monetized, so that's, I know it helps them out. And I know usually whenever I'm not able to make it to other people's streams, I'll reblog or share at the least at the, I said that wrong, but I'll reblog or share, and then or I'll stop in for a few quick moments. So I try to support people too whenever I can.
Yeah, it could be hard.
Yeah, I mean, especially my work schedule, I'm usually working from 10 in the morning until 7, so that's a good chunk of the midday, and I know some people are on during those times.
Yeah.
Me
Like,
personally, I just had to take a. Oh, sorry, Chenji.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. You just got here.
Well, my whole thing is, with it, like keeping up with people's content, it's obvious. It's gotten like, to be honest, it's gotten like really difficult. Like,
Hmm.
I had to stop just like for a while. Like, I still watch people, of course, but I've kind of just been like letting some videos go on the backlog and then watching them later, because like just keeping up
Yeah.
with everyone's content is just like, it's just too much sometimes, because
Yeah,
you're having
it's
to,
exhausting.
stay away.
It's exhausting. Like, I know sometimes I'll have somebody's stream running in the background while I'm working, and then in my free time I'll comment whenever I get a quick chance.
Yeah, just watch when you can. Like, cause I used to try to watch everybody, and it's hard because I'm subscribed to over 400 channels, and
Yeah,
it's just,
you'll exhaust yourself.
yeah, it's like you just gotta pick. Like, sometimes I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll pick, like, I'm free right now. I'll watch a couple of this person's videos. I'll binge their videos. I'll watch some videos here and there. Like, it's impossible to watch everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I try to support when and where I can. That's one of the things I love about the community, is we all try to support each other as much as we can, and that's why I put up that post. I don't know if I post so heavy, but I don't know if anybody saw it. That if anybody's doing any, 31 days of horror, 31 days of Halloween, just tag me, and I'll share your video to to help get your video out there and seen.
I saw that. I don't know if I'll be doing that challenge, but I know a few people probably will be.
Hmm.
But that's too. I tried to rank all the Halloweens once in October, and that was too much. So I'm not doing a horror movie every day.
Yeah, it's hard. I did it a few years ago. I don't really have time to do it this year, so I'm doing 31 days of vlogs because it's a little easier on me.
Mhm. Yeah.
But then I like to do 31 days of horror t-shirt challenge also, and then I'm going for suicide this year. I'm trying to do 31 days of shorts.
Oh.
Wish me
shit.
luck. Oh, I've got another spammer. There we go. I don't want to see your boobs. I have my own. I can see those for free.
Marty had an answer about Queenie.
An error occurred. What in the world happened?
That's some videos I need to catch up on. Marty, I've missed out on some of his videos.
Yeah.
And that's because I was just like taking a break from all the keeping up with content. Because my notifications, I swear, I gotta take a picture of them sometimes just to show like how many notifications there are on there.
Oh, me too.
Because I want to support a lot of people.
Yeah. Just take your time. Your health comes first. Like, I know Marty canceled his show tonight because he's been feeling down, he's
Yes.
exhausted. Which I hope you feel better, Marty.
Yeah, he said I pulled I kind of pulled back from streaming because of health reasons. Yeah, he was going to do a trash fire with Jen tonight. Let's see, Slipknot fan offered to do the countdown for streaming. I already have my tea ready, so just let me know whenever you guys are ready and we can get that countdown. Let's see, Blimey, you're stacking your deck in October. Yes, I usually like to go as wild with it as I can. I love October and autumn, and this is the beginning of my holiday season. I go nuts. 31 days of horror t-shirts. Yes. It's a thing that I do. I don't know if it's an actual thing. I made it up. Good luck with it. Yeah, I hopefully this is the year I finish it. The past 2 years I've tried. I haven't been able to finish that particular challenge. But the 31 days of vlogs, I've managed to finish it. That one's been the easy one, believe it or not. Let me see. I have Carmilla waiting on my phone, ready to go. Is everybody else ready? I am.
I have it.
I'm ready.
Let me make sure I'm ready. Actually, I'm the one saying I'm ready. I know, fail.
No, you're good.
I have Milky Waves, Trenchy.
Wait, what?
I have the candy Milky Waves.
Oh, nice. That's dope.
Alrighty. There we go with that. Oh, I hear a cat.
Okay, yes, I am ready. I have my Showtime Presents screen up.
Yeah.
So ready when you guys are.
Ready.
I'm ready.
So Slipknot offered to count down for us. Let's see.
Hey, DMC. Sorry I missed your stream last night.
I swear, every time I see your channel name, I always want to say Run DMC. I'm not showing my age.
I don't get that reference. I guess that shows my age.
The cat's counting down? Yeah, you guys can hear her. All right, we are go. Click play.
What?
All that we see or see is but a dream without dreams.
So this is like a Twilight Zone type TV show, or like Tales from the Dark Side?
Yes, it's a spin-off from Mystery. Sorry, Mystery. Wow, it's a spin-off from Fairy Tale Theater.
Oh, okay. I know Shelley Duvall.
Yes.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Nice cloud effects. Yeah, I know this has more episodes to it. I don't know if anybody else would be interested in. I don't know if they're available, but I can hunt them down if anybody would be interested in checking out more of these. They're all horror themed.
If I'm awake, I'd be willing to. But it depends. Like, I don't know. I can't promise anything. But I'll try. I'd be interested.
I love these old horse
Trenchy,
carriages.
Trenchy,
Yeah.
your TV's a bit loud.
Oh, thank you for telling me.
I don't know if it's me. I think, is it me or is it Trenchy?
Oh, it's
no,
a kitty.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah,
takes
thank
place
you for telling me, because I don't want to get anybody copyrighted. And this microphone is, like, really good. It, like, picks up a lot.
So this film takes place back in the horse and buggy days.
Yeah, it's not quite sure what era it's set in. Actually, I don't want to guess and say the wrong thing. I've already done that tonight.
Anfro would know. He's like the
Yeah,
expert on this story.
yeah, he loves this story.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other person I know of that is super, super into vampires is Maven of the Eventide. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with her or her channel.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not.
Yeah, she's a pretty big YouTuber.
Yeah, I know she did like she covered all the interview, all the Anne Rice books.
She's very
Now,
thorough.
I was like, I stumbled upon, I was like, Anfro, you gotta see this. And he's like, I already watched it. And I'm like, of
Yeah,
course you have.
of course. Yeah, I forget how I discovered her. I think I was researching some vampire stuff myself. But
I'm
yeah, oh,
more
and
of
I love how
a
she does
zombie
the
down.
costumes. Sorry if you guys can hear me gulping my tea. I'm wearing my earbuds.
Oh, you're good.
That's fine.
I tried some vampire movies, but more of a werewolf dude. No worries. Yeah, I've done some I've tried some werewolf stuff out. Have you seen that 80s TV show? I think it was called Werewolf. I haven't seen it in
No,
ages. No?
I gotta see it though. I'm more of a werewolf guy than vampire, but I do like. I forgot to bring up subspecies earlier. I really like subspecies and a lot of
Yeah, I
the TV
think
shows.
I love subspecies. I think Slipknot fan brought it up earlier.
This lady's dead. Oh, they crashed.
Yeah, I think this is Carmilla. This is how she gets into the house. Is they fake an accident and they let her into the house. Sorry, I'm totally ruining the story for those of you who aren't familiar with the Carmilla story.
Spoiler alert.
I know. I'm sorry. I know this story. I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I have ruined it. Sorry. So, not a spoiler, but for those of you who are familiar with Jennifer Tilly, the girl playing Carmilla, the one in the carriage accident, yeah, that's Meg Tilly. That's her older sister.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. I know about that werewolf show. It looks pretty interesting. Yeah, I would love to revisit it. I don't know. Maybe if I can find it, we can do like an episode watch along, like maybe one episode a weekend. It'll take forever to get through, but maybe we
How
can do it that way.
how long did it go? Did it have quite a run, or?
I want to say it was maybe a season or two. So
Uh,
I don't know. Maybe we can do like maybe 2 episodes a stream or something and get through it a little quicker.
oh yeah, kind of like Deacon did with the Friday the
Friday the
13th
13th.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, from Psycho 2. She was in Psycho 2 also. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I still gotta see Psycho 2.
Yeah, I forget how many Psychos there were altogether. 4, I think. Once again, I have all of those and I haven't watched them all. My movie collection is so big, it's
It's so
ridiculous.
funny. I didn't actually know until here recently that there was Psycho sequels. Like I didn't know about them. I didn't know they existed.
Yeah, I had the same experience. I didn't find out until I was in high school, and that's only
Hmm.
because I was walking through the stacks and I was like, "What?"
I didn't find out till I was on YouTube and there's this person like best horror sequels and they're like Psycho 2 and I was like, wait, what? Repeat that.
Yeah.
They're very forgotten by most people. But yeah, for monsters like vampires, for example, I like vampires, but like for me, rather than like vampires or werewolves, I've always been more into like zombies.
Hmm.
Zombies are like my monsters.
Yeah, everybody has their preference. I've just always been more of a vampire. Like, I know they look just like regular people. The only difference is their teeth, but I think it's more like that seductive aspect about them.
Well, it really does depend on like, it really depends on what type of vampire. Because take Nosferatu, for example. I mean, he's got the pointy ears. He looks human, but not entirely. Like he's got
Yeah.
that other world.
Yeah, they all have different qualities. Let me
Then we
see.
have that. Then we have that old dude with the baboon butt on his head.
Let me see. The main werewolf is named Janos. His name was stolen from the vampire from the Night Stalker. I haven't seen the Night Stalker.
I've seen an episode. It's pretty good. It's interesting.
But yeah, I mean, she's pretty young here. I don't know if you guys can see the resemblance between her and Jennifer Tilly. I think they look pretty similar.
You probably have to put a picture up next to each other for me
Well,
to.
Jennifer Tilly, she played Tiffany in the Bride of
Yeah,
Chucky.
I know. I said you'd have to hold up a picture next to them
Ah.
for me to. I know Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah. I mean,
I
for
can
me, it's
see
all
it
in
a
the
little
eyes.
bit.
Yeah.
She's the best part of the Chucky movies she's in.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Like to be honest, without her, Bride would have been nothing. Bride would have
Yes.
been nothing of a film.
Her character totally
'Cause-
makes it, and I love that Tiffany doll.
Well, of course, she's the bride. She's the main character. Well, her and
I'm saying
Chucky,
that
but she frontlines the movie. She's the first, bride of Chucky.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have cast the wrong girl, and that movie would have just been doo-doo.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you just said. I thought you meant taking the character out, and I was like, yeah, that would be awful. I got confused.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. If they took the character out of the movie, like if they took Tiffany out, like let's say they made it just another Chucky movie, it would have been nothing. It would have been like Child's Play 3, very forgotten.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, Chucky in that movie isn't very interesting. He's just doing more of the same old, same old. He just has a
I mean, he's still the rude Chucky from the other movie, but I think they made him a bigger butthole than usual.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, Bride of Chucky is my favorite because I love the dynamic. I love how it's a road trip movie. It's just really fun. Some great kills.
I wouldn't put it at the top for me because, see, Tiffany is really good, but Chucky's not the best for me.
That's fair.
The doll sex scene, I didn't need that. And the main characters, the guy and the girl, oh my god, they're just bland as hell.
They were serviceable. I didn't hate. I get where you're coming from. There's not much to them, but they were fine. They were there to do their job, and they did.
And
Well, they're
it's
the
funny
main
because
characters.
No, Chucky and Tiffany are the main characters. They're just the characters there along for the ride, in my opinion.
yeah.
Well, they're the
to me,
main
what's funny is
characters.
the human characters. The girl, for the longest time, I didn't know that was Katherine Heigl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was before I think she was even famous. Look at that umbrella, LOL. Yeah, I like those walking umbrellas. I've been wanting to get one for years. The parasols.
She has a picture in the necklace.
Yeah, I think it's her mom.
I'm guessing Carmilla is the one under the umbrella.
Yeah, the one without the umbrella, I like her outfit. I like how she has the the blue dress and the cape. It kind of keeps things. It's good.
Hmm.
Carmella's dress, it's fine. I like the other one better.
Very simple.
They need hats.
Trinity, how would you react to seeing a vampire?
I don't know. That would be interesting. Like, is it? It depends
What's
on
to
the
turn the
vampire
Trinity?
too.
She ate a load of cats.
They need to put a stake through her heart. She did the worst thing. She ate a cat.
There are at least 5 or 6. They're all clumped up together. She didn't even bother to hide them.
She keeps they keep wearing the same kind of clothes. Like there's a little bit of differences, but they kind of keep wearing the same clothes.
She's pulling a single white female thing on her.
Mm,
I want to be you.
My phone is overheating. Hang on, I gotta get it. I'm gonna have to come back.
You're good.
Alrighty.
I just gotta fix it real quick. It's gonna shut.
Marie and I had the nicest talks. Must have been so difficult
Oh, I like those bits of red in her dress.
I've been begging, sir. The last 2 nights I've been asleep on bed.
I didn't notice that.
They're on the back of the dress.
You won't catch him inside again, I promise.
Oh God.
Are you guys having dinner or going to a ball? What's going on here?
He's worried about the child infestation.
Perhaps I can lie down for a while.
She waited until now to say, I feel sick. She got all dressed up. Everyone's sitting to eat. I'm sick.
Oh no, not the. Oh God.
Gonna eat a kid.
Yeah. I didn't even notice the child was African American. Oh Jesus. Like.
So she's graduated from eating cats and now she's being a childist.
Cause I thought he just didn't want him in the house because he was like a homeless kid. I didn't realize it was because of that. It's like, oh
Well,
shit.
I thought he was indoors, and then she left the little boy on their back door. So she has this thing on about leaving things, dead things on that lady's back door. Does she have something against this
Yeah.
lady?
Well, no. What happened was is the guy said when the little kid was inside, and then the father or whatever said, "Get him out of the house. He'll spread diseases."
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, or infestation. And I didn't realize because I don't have the best vision at the moment. I didn't realize. I thought it was just because he was like a homeless kid. I didn't realize. Oh, it's one of those. I didn't realize
Huh.
that. Yeah. Just kind of dawned on me. It's like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, the father was being ugly.
Yeah.
Watching this all the time with those eyes. I don't think she's a witch. And the thing she wears around her neck, she scares me. How did you see those? She doesn't show those to anyone. Father tells her not to bring them to the house. He says
They could have a better hat.
Shall I tell you why he likes me? He's worse than the doctor. That's the only reason he lets me stay. No, you're mistaken. He only wants what's best for me. He has no happy ending. But he won't let us be friends. He wants to keep you like one of his paintings. What are you doing? Now your turn. Get off, go wherever you want. Go ahead, I won't fight. We'll swear to be friends forever. You have to raise your hands now, that's part of it.
Their dresses are insanely huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all about the big hoops and the petticoats. I think a sign of wealth was the more fabric that you have.
Yeah.
Hungry, you didn't touch our picnic lunch.
We're in for a real treat tonight. This is Miss Hudgett's best meal.
Oh, it's really nice.
Good. No, I don't imagine. I thought tomorrow we all had to go on an outing.
Yes, the logo.
I find it interesting she can go out in the daylight. I mean, that's an interesting twist on it.
Yeah, I had noticed that, but I don't know. It depends on, I guess, the story, or vampires come in different breeds where they have different abilities.
Yeah, because I know a few stories I watched, they can walk in the sunlight just naturally, or they have a magical ring, or certain magic lets them, or they
Yeah,
can be
see,
in.
right
Oh,
here,
my
the
bad.
servant's onto her. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You said they have magic rings, or
Yeah, magic, or like they can go in like a certain, like if it's shady out, they can go in the shade.
mm-hmm.
I guess it just depends on like how what story you want to tell, or they'll just go out. Like some of them, it's like sunlight doesn't do anything.
Yeah, Slipknot was saying it's just like Blade, the Daywalker.
Yeah,
Some of
Yeah,
them it
well, I
just
mean,
makes them
earlier
snip.
she had that parasol or that umbrella that she was using.
yeah,
Yeah. I had the movie still playing while I was gone.
Mm.
I can't believe that she just murdered that kid.
Yeah, I think she's getting to the point to where she needs bigger things. Because before she was eating
We had
cats,
the rat.
she bit the girl.
Yeah. Wait. She didn't invite her yet.
But yeah, because I know, yeah, some vampires, they can even pretend to eat food. This one, she just gets sick. She can't even do it.
Hmm.
The wooden stake through the heart.
Oh,
Right,
that's cool.
Trenchy?
Yeah.
That's what kills a vampire.
Well, you also have to sever the head, garlic in the mouth, bury them face down. It's very detailed.
Well, that's with some vampires. Some vampires you just have to in the heart with them.
Yeah. Some of them,
Oh
it
no,
has to
she
be a
hit.
certain type of wood for the stake through the heart. Like, it's super, super detailed.
Oh
Some of
no,
them,
is
it's
she
just
gonna kill?
silver.
Is she gonna kill the maid lady?
I think she just did.
I think I'm a bit behind you guys.
No, let me check my time.
There's all the
It'll show me.
bats. There's like bats coming down at him. Oh damn,
I'm
she was
at
gonna kill her.
I'm at 23:38.
I'm at 23:13. Oh, she did. Oh, she killed the maid lady. I liked her. Damn.
Let me see. Kara, I don't know if you like video games, but if you can check out the concept art and story for Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. I'm behind on video games. I go in and out, like I go through phases where I'm into it and then I'm not. So it just depends.
Hmm.
We need to resync. I can
I'm at
pause
24 or something.
because I'm at the part where the maid's being examined by the coroner.
Yeah, me too. I just
Okay,
paused.
let me go to there real quick. Okay.
I
What's the
can pause.
timestamp
Hold
for you
on.
guys?
I'm pausing. Where I'm at, there's a lady in the doorway. She has a white apron on. Hold on.
Oh, I'm not there. I'm at two dudes leaning over the maid.
Okay, so I'm probably slightly ahead.
Okay, I'll
Slipknot
just
is
wait till I
saying
see that.
I'm at 24.32.
Oh, yeah, maid's in the doorway. Maid's in the door.
Yeah, there's a second girl. She just walked in.
You
Yeah.
said 32, right?
Yes.
32?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm there.
24.32.
Yeah, I'm there.
I'm
One,
about there.
2, 3. There we go.
All right.
Start.
I
Yeah.
haven't hit play yet. Are we good?
Hang on, I'm
Think
going
so.
there because I pressed play too early. Okay. I'll count down. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, they have tea.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm still
Okay.
upset that she
I've
murdered the
never
maid.
understood that. Like, is it a humor thing? Because I still see that in a lot of movies. Where, like, do you get sensitized where they're just eating their lunch right there with the body?
I don't know, maybe it's a time saver thing. I still am kind of ticked that they murdered the maid lady.
Well, she was already on to that the Carmilla was a vampire, so she had to do it to protect herself.
Damn.
Yeah, 24:32. Well, now I don't know what we're at, so not, but.
I'd have to pause again to see where we're at.
Yeah.
I'm glad this version doesn't have any commercials.
Oh, yeah, it seems to be running pretty smoothly. Like, usually, like, 5 minutes in, it will be like used cars
Yeah.
or something.
Used cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Did
she's
she
all
bite
full of
herself?
bites. Yeah, she bit herself to hide it.
Maybe.
Looking much better.
I don't know, if I saw someone dead with 2 bite marks, I'd be like vampire automatically.
Oh, Roddy McDowall. Let me see. Amy Henning is the brainchild of it, but it's a Lovecraftian world where elder gods are at war with a race of vampire, and one switches sides to kill his brother, Raziel, a vampire who drinks souls. I've never heard of a soul-sucking vampire. It sounds like my ex. I just love that joke. Even when I am with somebody, I'm like, yeah, it sounds like my ex. It just sounds like an all-purpose joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I was reading about this movie, the Roddy McDowall did this right after Fright Night.
Oh, okay.
That's that rainy weather. I'm
See,
sleepy again.
he knows. See, the doctor knows because he's like, after she arrived. That'd be obvious because, like, she arrives right after and people start dying. You would have to be like, okay, it has to be something with her.
Man is living in the dark ages, and the doctor is still laboring under the delusion that it's a plague.
Am I totally wrong? Is Roddy McDowall? No, I'm already wrong. I'm thinking somebody else. Never mind. I'm not going to finish that question.
You good?
I was already wrong once today. I'm not going to swallow another shoe.
I mean, it was an honest mistake. Like, it's not a big deal.
Well, I looked it up and I corrected myself.
Yeah.
Keep the girls separated. Or you can do as I say. Or you can do as I say.
But yeah, this is a fairly clean version of the Carmilla story. Like usually the Carmilla story has like girl on girl, like there's a lot of female attraction and stuff like that. So I mean, you kind of see it, but there's no kissing
Right.
or anything like that.
Well, that is the way they go with most vampire stories. It's either, straight up horror or romantic, or has elements of both, which
Yeah.
seems to be the Carmela story from what you've said and seen here is, romance and, a bit of horror thrown in there.
Well, this played on Showtime. I don't know if Showtime in the 80s was the Showtime we have now, but I think nowadays it's racy.
Yeah. Well, even like some channels like AMC, they can't do a lot, but they can do a little bit more than they used to.
Like Sci-Fi Channel, they show boobs, but you just can't touch the boob.
like NBC had Hannibal, like or whatever channel it was, like just the regular Channel 5 channel had Hannibal on it, so it's like, yeah, it's come a long
more
way.
like she wants to less murder this girl and just turn her into a vampire.
Yeah, she's in love with this girl.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a sire kind of situation.
I guess the only downside to the relationship would be that the other partner is a murderer vampire.
Yeah,
Or that might be a plus to some people. Who knows?
nice fog. Yeah, like I know you ate all my cats, but I love you anyway, so I forgive you.
Nah. Some bitch eats my cat, they're gonna die. I'll shove garlic down the throat.
They're not gonna frolic with them through the forest next to some random
No, they
mist in the
murdered
middle of
my
the night.
cat. No, they
Well, she
murdered
doesn't
my
know she
cat.
killed all the cats. Like, but how do you notice all your pets are, how do you not notice all your pets are missing when some new girl shows up? Somebody doesn't pay attention. Skinamax, I mean
So she can
Cinemax.
teleport. So she can teleport. Is that her
Yeah.
powers?
Yeah, like she
Teleportation?
disappeared earlier and then she conjured all those bats and then she killed the housekeeper.
Oh,
I thought
vampires
it was
used to
like
be
super
able to
speed.
do that. Oh, my bad,
Well, I
Carl.
thought it
What
was
were you
super.
saying?
I thought it was super speed, not teleportation.
It depends on the vampire. Like some of them they
Yeah.
move so fast it looks like they teleport.
Maybe that's this one.
The vampires used to be able to like turn into wolves, bats, mist. They would like be able to turn into literal mist.
I think it
It's,
depends on the type of vampire.
yeah, depending on the lore.
He's trying to perform a
See, this
proctology exam on the vampire.
guy right here, he has the right idea. Wooden stake to the heart. Only because she murdered the cats. If she wouldn't have murdered the cats and the maid lady,
See,
it would have
like
been fine.
right here, like she's she's seducing her, but it's pretty clean. Like their clothes doesn't come off or anything.
Why is she floating in the air? What the?
Well,
I'm sorry, that was funny.
from the version I've seen on Amphros, they seem younger in this version, so I'm glad that they're like not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They seem much younger than the version Amphro, the hammer one.
Yeah, I think those other girls were like maybe in like I want to say early 30s.
Yeah.
Okay, I seduced your daughter. We're ready to have dinner now. Feed me. I'm totally hungry.
I do like this. I think I would check out other episodes. I like the fairy tale, kind of dark fairy tale vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are these like Tales of the Crypt kind of style, where it's just one thing?
Yeah, they're like little they're kind of like Tales from the Crypt type thing. So this one's only 54 minutes, so they're not super long. That's why we had that chit chat at the beginning to just kind of round it out.
Yeah.
See, she's hurting cats again. Goddamn, kill her. Kill her. She lost all sympathy. Everyone she's killed so far didn't deserve it. Kill the asshole rich people. Kill the asshole rich people. Stop killing the innocent people, you son of a bitch. But your friend is a vampire. You saw her flying and teleporting.
But I love her, I love her, I love her. I love her, Daddy.
She murdered a child, your maid friend, and all your cats. I'm sorry, but no more, no sympathy anymore. I'm sorry. Maybe if she's murdering asshole rich people. She's not.
She's already been her though. She's not, if you are gonna let someone float in the air and bite you, like you're done. There's no saving you.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if he's a pretty rich hot guy with like really nice land, I might think about it.
No.
That's not the answer.
No.
Who cares if he has money? Vampire, no. Vampire, no. Vampire eat people. Mhm.
Oh, where is it? I forget the name of flowers, herbs that ward off vampires. I was thinking wolfsbane, but that's I think that's a werewolf.
I think it might garlic's the big one, but I think wolfsbane might double in some stories.
Yeah, I mean I know garlic flowers for sure.
Yeah. There was a specific flower in one of the vampire stories I saw that could hurt a vampire. I forget what it's called though.
Mm-hmm.
Trenchy, do you like garlic?
Yeah, I'll eat garlic.
Okay.
Do you cook
What
it or
about
do you eat
you?
it raw?
I can't eat it raw, I don't think. I mean, I could try. It would probably end horribly, but
What about you, Kara? Do you
I
like?
use it in my cooking when I do cook. Right now I'm really not able to cook where I'm at, but I do eat it raw daily. It's part of a health tonic that I make. I mix it in with other stuff.
Okay,
I don't
good.
just like chew on it.
Okay, we're good. We're not infiltrated by vampires.
No, I even my sweat smells like garlic. I'm good.
Thanks. We got no vampires in the chat.
I'm
Any
vampire proof.
vampires listening? You stay away from me, vampires. No blood. No blood for you. Only 3 drops of Trenchy's blood. Only 3 drops.
no, no.
No blood for you.
He knows. Doesn't he know she's a vampire? Why is he?
Flirting. Oh,
No,
he
like,
likes them
why is he?
young. Oh, we've got the
What?
booby flashers came back.
What?
The booby flashers came back to the chat.
Oh.
Oh. Dude basically just set it up his own death. Dude, you had the wooden stake. You were so close to avenging the cats. Who the hell is that?
I'm guessing that might be her sire.
Yeah,
Or
they
maker.
usually have like a person that watches over them, like kind of like a Renfield.
Oh. Also, that's a Renfield character.
Sort of. Like they usually have a human that looks after them.
Yeah, but that one disappeared, so I thought maybe it might be like maybe her sire or someone she sired.
It
Someone
might
that's
be kind of like somebody that sets her up in these houses, and then when the house is empty, they go to the next place.
yeah.
I have no idea why I'm getting all these titty shakers in the chat today.
Maybe they like the movie. I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Maybe we dropped the L word too many times.
Oh, maybe they were talking about Jess
No, dude,
Franco.
don't put down the wooden stake. Don't do it. No, don't bring the cat out there. Protect the cat. No, you fool! You foolish old man!
So they eat all the cats and they buy a new one.
That's the cat from the beginning. That's the one cat that survived the beginning.
Oh, she's smart. She's like, I don't want to mess with you. I know you're a threat.
Yeah. But isn't that like the ultimate for a vampire to turn a hunter?
Yeah, it's some lore, yeah. Like, I know in Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Oh
Spike
God, she
liked
didn't
to
even
kill
eat him. She
slayers.
just stabbed him through the head. Damn.
Yeah, they will not let up today.
Get out of the
Damn.
chat. We've had too much cat murder in this movie.
Maybe they're taking all the cat talk as a different type of cat.
I don't.
That one
The
little
thing.
cat that never survived.
Yeah, I don't think they killed the little cat. We haven't seen it at least.
Let me see.
Well, the guy put it outside. That's the last we saw of it. So it was alive last time we saw it.
Back to school horror movies: Massacre at Central High, 1976, Prom Night, Fortress, Urban Legend. I think Massacre at Central High got a re-release recently.
Oh shit!
After Midnight, The Expelled, House on Sorority Row. My accent's giving me trouble. The
You're good.
Craft, The Substitute, Hell Night. I have no idea why we're doing a movie countdown. Death Bell, The Awakening, The Faculty, Suicide Club. I like Suicide Club. Dorm.
Oh, he's still going.
Let's see. The Final, Ring of Curse, Dance of the Dead. Battle Royale's awesome. Let the Right One In. That one's good.
Okay, what is happening?
Ginger Snaps, Night of the Creeps.
Oh, I missed that one.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know
Scream.
why we're doing a random movie countdown.
He's still going. He's got 2 more. Damn.
Oh god, she's a vampire! She's breaking his hands.
Slaughter High, Forget Me Not, The Loved Ones, Cry Wolf, Ripper, Letter from Hell. Swimming Pool, Swim Fan. I don't like Swimming Fan. Sexting in Suburbia. I think you can do that anywhere. Pulse, The Moth Diaries.
How has he got so many movies?
I don't know.
Oh my god!
Google search, The Class. Oh shite, I need to plug in my computer.
He's on 55!
I'm just gonna focus on the movie now.
Yeah, I'm at that point too. I'm kind of
they're
missing the
hunting the
exciting parts of the film.
That was a good scene though, where they were all coming in and she had the bats. That was a good scene.
Now they're just staking a bunch of dead bodies, I guess. Or wait, they're looking for her. Oh wait, no, these are all vampires. Stake him in the heart! Do it! Kill all the vampires! They murdered cats and a innocent little maid
God,
lady.
her death face looked so horrible. She looked like she was going to throw up. The rat got it too. Oh gosh, he's still doing his movie countdown.
Yeah. Even though some of those I don't think are school movies, they just have a school in them.
Yeah.
That's her mother? Wait, it's an illusion.
I kind of want him to make it to 100, I can't lie.
I think he's going to go over.
Wait, so her mother was a vampire? What?
I think that's the lady that was with Carmilla.
Yeah, they just said it was the mother. So the mother was a vampire.
I mean, this movie is pretty good. I like the fairy tale vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's bad. I mean, excuse me. I think, yeah, okay, in some parts it's a little dry. It's, sorry, hiccups. It's a little slow, but I don't think it's terrible.
Well, it's short, so it's like it's not like it's dragging out the slow parts. I mean, like even it was slow to start, but once it got going, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
So they just killed all those vampires for kind of no reason? Because they didn't even get Carmilla?
It was
The
just a
main
nest.
murderer of cats.
Well, you don't want any
that
other
sounds-
vampires hanging around.
That
Oh, my
sounds like a
bad.
giallo, murderer of cats. Oh, what was the one we said earlier? Girls and Gore.
I think so. I've never seen
Yeah.
that.
Well, no, we were saying it sounds like it could be a movie. It's when I was trying to say something earlier and the wrong thing came out. I was trying to say girl on girl, and I said girl on Gore.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's why all the booby flashers showed up. We kept talking about girl stuff.
We're talking about Jess Franco, and I heard, he's exploitative.
Yeah, he can be. Some of his
I
movies are kind
gotta
of
see.
bad.
Yeah, I gotta see his movies.
I mean, some of them are kind of boring, but it's all about the boobs.
I like. It's either gotta be crazy or have a story. Or just be crazy.
Cat? Did the little cat make it through the movie?
I think he stayed in the house. They were more interested in chasing each other around the people.
It would be funny if it's like, oh, the cat lived and the little girl's petting the cat and we're all happy, and then she's like, I'm a vampire. It's like, oh no!
I would be so mad. I would be legit mad at that.
I haven't seen this before, so I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I will laugh because that'd be like the ultimate troll move.
Oh gosh. I do. I like those bits of red on her dress. But
Well,
the
the
front of
last
the
time
dress
they
is so
showed
boring.
it,
It's just the red ribbon on the back that makes it look nice.
there's the rat. Okay.
I think that's Carmilla.
Well, that's the rat that the boy was holding at the beginning. Oh God.
Is it a vampire rat?
Carmilla.
There she is.
So she's a rat? I mean, she ate cats. That's not really a rat thing to do. I mean, she is a rat because she killed cats and a maid lady.
And
Innocent
a little boy.
maid lady. Oh God, she's killing her.
Oh! Ooh,
There we go. Yay! Cat murderer is dead. I don't feel bad. Maybe if she hadn't murdered like a bunch of innocent people before all this, I would have felt bad. But she murdered cats. She murdered a little boy. She murdered a maid lady. And then she murdered the hunter guy, the guy with the wooden stake.
But think about it this way: it took a girl to kill the main vampire. The men couldn't pull it off.
Oh yeah.
You hear that? You hear that, Trenchy? You guys couldn't pull it off. Always having to clean up your messes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, so the list stopped at 76, by the way.
Aww.
So Carmilla basically just came back to die.
Yeah. Well, she was going to take her lady lover with her. And she's going to take a nap now.
It was beauty that killed the beast.
Oh gosh. $10 says the girl's a vampire anyway.
That'd be great.
She was getting bit there, so
Oh, Castellar, I've heard of that. Isn't there not a full version of it though? Like, isn't there not like a version that's fully like done?
Lamara?
Yeah, I keep hearing about that. That like they didn't finish the movie.
We're here at the final moments. Let's see if she's a vampire.
I've seen that one. I didn't like.
I gotta see it.
Oh, come on!
That was it. She just laid down, and that was the end of the movie.
Where was the cat? Did the cat live? I'm just gonna say it lived because last time we saw it, it was alive. So, okay. Bye movie. Bye movie.
Yeah, it just kind of just ends. I was expecting the girl to be a vampire.
I'm glad that didn't happen. Happy ending. Cat lived.
And they all lived happily
I,
ever
I,
after.
I'm sorry, I can't. At the end there, they're trying to be like sad music, like feeling bad. I can't feel bad for someone who murders cats, like a bunch of cats, then murders a kid, an innocent little kid,
Well,
then murders an innocent maid.
they were
I
doing
can't
it
feel
for
bad.
survival. They were doing it for survival. They have
She
to
could have
drink blood.
murdered bad people. She could have murdered bad people. Trenchy.
Well,
Don't
she's a
drink.
villain, so she doesn't care who she kills. She just wants to eat.
Yeah, she's evil.
They're
So
monsters.
I can't feel bad.
I mean, she's a monster. That's their job. Kill
That's
people.
their job.
Well, then why were they trying to make us feel bad at the end for Carmilla? No.
Maybe they wanted us
Ow.
to feel bad for the family.
That's true. Maybe the little girl that was being groomed by the vampire monster. Because
I like
that
the
is
way
a
she
traumatic
transformed
event.
into light as she passed away.
That was a okay little movie.
It wasn't bad. I mean, I
A
don't
lot.
think it was terrible. The acting was decent. I mean, you had the Roddy McDowall, who was a seasoned actor. He wasn't like some person out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was well
She turned
done.
into light instead of bursting into flames. LOL.
They should have pulled a Fright Night and had her burst into flames and become like a bat creature. Hang on, I gotta use the restroom real quick. I'll be back.
You're good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was that bad.
No, it was
Not bad.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It was like I'm not like a diehard fan of the story like Amphro, so like, but I enjoyed it. I think for like a little anthology thing, it was a good episode for like an anthology series.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to stick to what's online and what's easy to find. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be able to do a live stream next week. I got my weeks confused, so I'm going to have to be off next week because I have some stuff I need to take care of.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I know Marty was wanting to do his trashed fire with Jen, so I don't know, maybe they can I don't know if he's going to do that next week.
He might. You never know. I gotta see Shadow Builder.
Yeah, I just saw that Shadow Builder has Tony Todd and Michael Rooker. Am I thinking No, I'm thinking Shadowland. I've got my movies confused again. Is Shadow Builder a newer one? I'm not familiar with that one.
I think it's from the 80s or 90s or something like that. I think Bram Stoker's attached, at least the name, so I think it's based off of one of his stories. I've never seen it though. Let me look it up. Because I seen the cover, there's like a red like mist and kind of a monster face.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I did not feel bad for Carmilla at the end. She deserved to die for all the murder he did. You know, karma.
Karma Illa. Yeah, well, karma catches up to all of us eventually. It can take years, but it does catch us all.
Yeah.
Trenchy, what did you think of this film?
I thought it was good for like a little like anthology type of movie. I thought it was decent, you know. I don't know if I'll like rewatch it a lot, but I wouldn't mind watching again. Like it had nice fairy tale vibes. It was a good little story. I don't know the book as well as like other people do, so I don't know how good of an adaptation it was, but I liked what they did with it. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
it was.
this was my third time watching it. I don't think it's bad. I like it. I mean, that's the only thing that I say that's maybe my only complaint about it is it's maybe a little bit dry, but I don't think it's
Hmm.
bad.
I think it could have benefited from being longer, but it was good for what it was. It's
Yeah.
okay.
It it
Although
it relies
I
a
can't.
lot on atmosphere. Oh my bad,
Hmm.
Cara.
I was just
No, no.
saying, like,
Uh-huh. I got confused on which Kara. Sorry to mean to interrupt.
Oh, yeah. Damn it.
there's two of us. Trenchy, you're surrounded.
We gotcha.
Yeah.
I, although I do gotta say, my one complaint with the movie is they shouldn't have played sad music when Carmilla died, because even she deserved to get stabbed through. I mean, she was forcibly biting the lady as well, while, so forcing herself upon someone. So yeah, she deserved to die. No, not feeling bad.
Let me see.
Yeah, I get that.
Castellar also says Buried Alive Part 1 from Frank Darabont is tremendous. I don't think I'm familiar with that one either.
Me neither.
The only Buried Alive I know is Brain Dead, the one from the 80s.
Hmm. I think what they were going for with it, and I could be wrong, is maybe like they're trying to say like once this was a little girl, and then the same thing happened to her, and now she's the monster, doing this to other people. Which I could get behind that. I get that. I think they could have went a little bit more into that if they're trying to do, because that's like the only sympathy you could add on, that once she was the victim.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the only type of sympathy.
True, very true, Trenchy. Very true.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've read the short story. It was part of an anthology that I had from a long time ago. I just don't remember it too well.
I know Anfro. He reads it on his channel. It's an old video, but he read all the whole story. I listened to most of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting. Like if you can't get a hold of the book, I would say yeah, definitely check out his reading of it.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Slipknot fan says, I did a quick check and it was garlic flowers that was put around the windows in Dracula. That they were talking about in Carmilla, since we weren't sure. I was saying Wolfsbane and I was like, no, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
I guess I could ask this. What's your guys' favorite vampire movie? Mine is Fright Night.
Another spammer.
Lost Boys. The original Dracula's up there too, but Lost Boys.
Today is a heavy day for spam, so I'm a little distracted.
Oh, you're good. It's understandable.
What is your favorite vampire movie, Cara?
I don't have like a favorite. I have numerous, like, if I'm going with favorite version of Dracula, I like the Frank Langella one. That one's very seductive. I do like Fright Night. Lost Boys is a fun one for teen horror. Modern day vampire, I can't think of one. I'm kind of stuck in like my whole niche of 80s, 70s.
Hmm.
Let me see.
Transfiguration's really good. Oh, my bad. Oh,
Perfect Creature. That's a more modern vampire. I think that's early 2000s.
I've never seen that.
Blade I like from action genre, but that's the kind
Oh,
of the
hell
way
yeah.
I have to. That's kind of the way I have to break it up. I don't have like a top of the top.
Blade would definitely be like, besides Fright Night, Blade would be there. I love
Mhm.
Blade. Best vampire hunter ever. For
Yeah.
forget, any of the rest. Forget. I can't even remember his name. He's the one who hunts Dracula.
Oh, Van Helsing.
Yeah, forget Van Helsing. We just need Blade.
I like Blade. I like a variety though. Van Helsing's pretty cool. Buffy, I like all types of vampire hunters. Blade's badass though.
I hope with the new Blade they go more into rather than just him fighting because in the comics he fights vampires, demons, werewolves, other supernatural creatures.
Yeah. I like it when they branch out, like what they did with Buffy too, where she's fighting gods and shit. She's not just fighting vampires.
She fights gods and poop.
I want to see Blade. I want to see a movie where Blade teams up with Ghost Rider.
That would be cool. I know they were teamed up on the Midnight Suns.
I just want them, and they can face like demon vampires. Vampires with demonic powers.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun little movie.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Yeah, I like my favorite part, my favorite character in the Marvel Universe is Spider-Man, but my favorite side of Marvel is more of the, supernatural, like Blade and Ghost Rider stuff.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I'm not too up on comics. I wouldn't be able to really answer that without cheating and Googling.
I get that.
Let's see. Slipknot says, my favorite vampire movie is probably Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yes, I love that one. I forgot about that one. That one's awesome. Oh, and of course, Interview with the Vampire. That's another one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen Interview with the Vampire. And Bram Stoker's Dracula, that's the one with the monkey butt on his head, right?
Yes, the big bouffant thing on his head. And Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder.
Yeah, it's okay. I just don't like the ending. It's okay though. It's not as bad as people
They
say.
took some liberties. They turned it into a romance story between Dracula and Winona Ryder, which I know a lot of people don't like certain parts of the movie because they changed it, but I don't give a poop.
I'm fine with that. It's just the last maybe 10-20 minutes is just really fast and there's a lot going on and it's hard to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
Once they start going overseas and then they're like, this guy is dead. We held a funeral for him. And it's like, we gotta go kill Dracula.
I definitely need to watch it again. Because it's been a while. But I just remember the guy. He was really old. He had a butt on his head. And then they had the guy who played Mr. Gordon. He had red armor on. And he looked like a stormtrooper with red armor. Just without a helmet.
Parts of it can get confusing, if you're not following or paying attention. But I think it's a really nice story.
Trinchy, I have my own headcanon now. The reason he doesn't have his stormtrooper red helmet in the movie is because it was stole by that wrestler guy who put glitter all over it.
Oh yeah.
It was stolen by the Shockmaster.
The Shockmaster.
Slipknot was asking, what did you guys think of Morbius?
Haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
0 out of 10. He didn't scream plasma in the movie. Frenchie gets the reference. He's watched the animated series.
Yeah. I like
Okay,
how
like
he
the
has
man, yeah.
these suckers on his hands in the cartoon.
Mm.
Yeah, because they couldn't actually have him drink blood.
Yeah. I like that actually better. I think it's more dangerous if he can just touch your skin, and all of a sudden your energy, your plasma's getting sucked out of you.
To think about this, if Dracula didn't exist, we probably wouldn't have monsters, because he was the first.
Yeah, the first written about vampires, the myth had been going back for ages, but yeah, Dracula's one of the first stories. Him and Frankenstein were.
I could be totally wrong. Was Bram Stoker older than H.P. Lovecraft?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Like an Edgar Allan Poe in there too, even though he didn't really
yeah.
write monsters.
Well,
I'm
but he
talking
still
about
wrote
monsters
about
how
dark
we
stuff.
have them now.
I mean, for vampires, I think Bram Stoker put vampires on the map for sure.
Well, because
Like they
it
were.
makes me think like all those, like Cthulhu and all that. I mean, he wrote monsters also as, well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, like I know that they've always existed in myths, like going back to like mythology. There's always been
Yeah.
monsters, but Bram Stoker definitely put vampires on the map.
Chuchi, here's my thing: is H.P. Lovecraft, the monsters he was creating wasn't really like the modern monsters or like Dracula or any of them.
No, they were all primordial.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
they
I'm
were
talking about the myths of vampires in general. They've always
Okay.
existed. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Bram Stoker made them popular.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying if we would have never got the story of Dracula, I don't think we would have horror the way we have it today.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Definitely stories like that inspired it. Like you gotta say Mary Shelley's Frankenstein as well. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. A lot of those old school horror stories definitely have shaped horror the way it is now.
Well, you also reminded me because you said vampire myths, and then you have to think back to mythology, like even, like Greek mythology. They had versions of
Yes.
vampires too, like the Lamia and all that.
Yeah, it's Greek is like one of them, like every mythology has horror. Greek, Norse, it's all horrifying
The
stuff.
Greeks also had the Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken, the Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, my favorite kind of monsters are like the more like cosmic, mind. That's why I like SCP so much. SCP, Trenchy knows what it is. But like SCP, secure, contain, protect. That site has like a bunch of different monsters, and they are very like they have monsters. They have monsters that aren't dangerous. They have like different. It's just like a whole bunch of things. Some horrifying, some very cute and happy. It's just like I like those very cosmic entities. Basically,
No, I'm not
entities that
familiar
could
with that.
destroy. Yeah, most people around this community aren't familiar with it, but they are. If any of you are ever interested, there are videos on YouTube talking about the SCPs. Very good cosmic creatures.
Really quick, Slipknot was saying that's a great idea that his hands were able to absorb plasma or life force.
Yeah, it was great.
So did you mean plasma like what's part of blood?
Yeah, that's what they were going for. Oh, my bad, Carl.
I was saying yeah. Also, Trenchy, they're making a Lego Morbius.
Oh God.
Oh, that sounds dope. That sounds silly.
It's gonna be based on the comic book one though. It's not gonna be based on the movie.
Oh, gotcha.
it's gonna be in a Lego set soon. So I guess I'm gonna get a Morbius figure finally.
That's cool.
Oh, Slipknot is familiar with SCP. I remember seeing an orange slime creature from SCP.
Yep, that's 999. He is a creature that if he touches you, he makes you feel happiness. And then if he can constantly regenerate himself, but if you like eat him, you'll get like super happy, like as happy as you can be. And he tastes like peanut butter.
I guess my favorite type of monsters, if we're not going for a category, I just like unique. I like monsters that don't really fit a category. Like Nightbreed, where they just had all those random monsters that were like, yeah, it's not like we're vampires or werewolves or anything, we're just monsters. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking dope.
Trenchy,
Yeah.
yeah, that is very much SCP. SCP has, some unique creatures to their catalog.
That's cool. I looked into a little bit.
You get some weird ones in there too. I even created an SCP, and it was accepted. It was called the Brain Machine.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, to explain it to everyone, it's basically like a kind of a wiki page, it's like a page thing, and you write an SCP and they vote on it, rather if they want it to be an actual SCP or not. But yeah, anyone can make an SCP. But yeah, it's like a whole community of just like different monsters you can read about, but people make YouTube videos on them, so you can like see that. And it's just
I'm just curious because I don't understand it. Is SCP kind of like a deviant art or a Discord type thing?
They have Discord, but the thing is it's basically okay, so there's the story behind it is there's a facility that contains monsters, and those are the stories that people write. They write like what the monster is, how to contain it, what's the precautions, what does it do, how many people has it killed? Or does it not kill anyone? Like 999 doesn't kill anyone. It's literally, it just makes you happy.
Huh.
Like literally in the story about it, people are trying to steal it because they crave its happiness.
I would have said, I would have, I was just thinking that too. I would kidnap him and force him to live with me.
Well, you would have to take a little spoon and scoop a piece of him and eat him. That way you would have, because that gives you pure happiness if you do it.
But you would lose it as soon as you had to go to the bathroom.
I know. It usually, the happiness usually lasts for a few days. Then it goes away and you have to get it again.
Oh, that sucks. So you may as well just steal the whole thing.
Well, he regenerates. If you eat a piece of him, he'll just regenerate that. He's infinite. That's why in the story, the SCP Foundation, they want to use that, like they talk about using him as a drug in stores, like putting out pieces of him so that way people will consume it and be happy.
Oh gosh, I can see something like that becoming addictive. Like they would sell it in back alleys.
Well, there's no side effects to eating him. You just become happy.
Yeah, but I can see like it being available in limited quantities on purpose just to boost the price.
Yeah.
It would be cool if, like, once you eat him, you could never really feel happy again because you're always chasing that happiness you had that one time.
Oh, gosh.
And, like, you just need to keep buying more and more of him just to feel happiness.
That is so wrong. Well, you're better off not eating it.
Well, that's... okay, so when you, like if he... It's not only eating him. If he, like, hugs you or something, it's just, like, eating him is how you get the, like, pure happiness.
So if you eat him, it's kind of like you're having sex with him.
I guess you could put it that way.
What?
Oh, that was too intense for Trenchy.
Basically, think of the happiest moment in your life, and that's what you'll feel when you eat them.
The happiest moment of my life was fake. So how does
Oh,
that happen?
Well, all that happiness you felt in that moment, that's what you would feel.
Then I don't want it.
Well, it's not the situation itself. It's just the happiness. It's like happiness. That's what it is. That's
I
what
don't know if I felt true happiness.
Well, then you
think
would
it really
find
exists.
then the new happiest moment of your life would be consuming 999.
Makes sense.
And then there's other creatures like 999 was prophesized to if the Scarlet King ever like consumes him, the Scarlet King will explode because the Scarlet King is basically a cosmic creature that just wants to destroy reality. And it like people worship it and they sacrifice themselves to it. Like they had 7 women give birth to demonic creatures that murdered them the moment they gave birth, all to satisfy the Scarlet King.
That sounds very
See,
biblical.
Nah, he's not really the devil. He ain't really
Well, no, that's
evil.
more like end of the world type stuff.
Yeah, there's different creatures. There's a deer. There's a deer that's green that has a human face that can alter reality and turn things into liquid just by looking at them. There's a creature that if you look at its face, it will do nothing more than hunt you down and rip you apart.
Oh God.
Even a single frame in a photo, if you look at that, it will come for you.
Jesus.
There is.
Well, how do you know that you're not looking at it by accident because you don't know what this thing looks like?
Well, you'll find out when it comes to rip you to shreds.
Jeez, like crow.
There's a statue that every time you blink, it moves until it gets close enough to snap your neck. There's these little like red flesh dog creatures that can mimic the voice of the last victim they had. So you'll basically what you'll do is you'll go into a cave and you'll hear someone screaming, "Help me! Help me!" And then that will be, yep. And the creatures will eat you alive, and then use your voice.
Huh. Oh, Slipknot was saying, I just found out there's a sequel to John Carpenter's Vampire starring Bon Jovi. Yes, I know about that one. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've only seen the first Vampires.
I didn't like the first Vampires. I didn't think it was that good.
I like it, but I could see why you didn't. Oh, my bad.
It's not that good.
Then we have some other creatures like the Caristorats, which are basically they're the inbred like society of an ancient guy from Greece who experimented with stuff. And basically what they are is, think of them like London royalty. That's what they dress like. They wear the powdered wigs, the fancy clothes, but they're all mutated horrorous monster creature that feed off the poor. They literally hunt, like they'll go into like where homeless people stay and drag them into their lair, which is like a castle basically, underground. So they're Caristorats. They have a king. It's pretty weird.
Let me see. I think we're getting close to the 3-hour mark, so I'll try to wait until the 3 hours and then just jump off since I haven't had lunch. I was sleeping most of the day, so I'm getting hungry.
Oh, you're good.
So that'll
Frenchie,
be
oops, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No, that's all I was saying. So I know that's coming up pretty quick, but I'm just giving you the guys the guys. I'm giving you guys the heads up.
Oh, you good.
Jesus.
I was just gonna say I've shown Trenchy some of the videos of SCP.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally not familiar with that. I've never heard of it. LARPing I'm familiar with, but Queenie is super into it. Like they go into detail on stuff I've never heard of.
Yeah. This is just like a internet horror thing, like horror stories basically, but like they're all to one theme, and that's the SCP Foundation, creatures contained by the SCP
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Foundation.
It
There's
kind of. Oh, my bad.
what to remind you of, Trenchy?
I was gonna say it's kind of like creepypasta, but like you said, more around a theme, like more around like
Yeah,
it's more structured.
it's yeah, and they have people who vote what's canon or not. One of my favorites, the Class of '79. This one of the words. Okay, so you know how everyone loves nostalgia. Let's just say you don't want to have nostalgia in the Class of '78. First entity of the Class of '78 is the lake and the bodies in the water. Basically, what happens is there's bodies in this lake. And if you go to this lake, you will look at the bodies and you'll recognize them as someone you know, and you will jump into the water to see who they are. And then you will become one of the bodies in the water. But the thing is, the bodies in the water are not people you actually know. They're just people from the school of the Class of '78, which the school is called, I don't remember the school's name. It's something, I think it's Monarch High. It's something like that. Some Monarch. Well, the school itself, they have a marching band that basically just is stuck in the year '78. And this marching band will basically teleport into random places, random gymnasiums and schools, and start playing their music, and it will force people to start like being in the band until they either pass out or get trampled to death, and then the class will just teleport away. The school itself is abandoned, but inside they can hear students and stuff and screaming and monsters. And something happened to the school called Singing Symphony. Something of that happened. This thing taught the band that calls the school. And it's really weird. It's called the Class of '78. Basically, what the school does is it will prey on your nostalgia. Basically, like if you go to the school itself, you will be very influenced. You'll basically be hit by a wave of your like childhood memories and nostalgia, and you want to go be part of the school. What happens when you enter the school? No one knows. No one's ever came out. That's the Class of '78.
That's too detailed. Too detailed for me. I get it. Like people get really into their stuff.
I don't know. I just like, it's very of a thing. I get on like talking about it. There's a lot of
you're good.
Yeah, I mean, we all have those things we get excited about. I mean, I go off on, and I'm sure I do it too. Like I go off on, stuff that I'm really into,
Mm-hmm.
and then and I mean, we all do it.
Yeah.
I just like explaining SCP itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're good.
Like I try to tell people about them that way in case like anyone wants to, get into it.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest about the Class of '78, the stuff I explained ain't even the end of it. Like there's just a lot to that one. But I'm very interested in it. It's a very
yeah. Yeah, I mean it doesn't sound like, because I mean it sounds super detailed. Is it tongue-tied?
it is the main story itself is like the one that starts it, the bodies in the water. That one is pretty simple. It's just like, oh, you recognize the body in the water. That one, but the only connection it has to the class of 78 is that the bodies in the water are wearing the uniforms of the same class that was in the story class of 78.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds super detailed. It doesn't seem like something I'd have time for.
Yeah, it's a very long story. It's like, it's just that the main gist of it basically is just something happened in 78 to the school, and it's caused all these weird anomalous things. And basically, the moral of the story is, don't go to the school, don't go into the water, and don't look at the photos that you are sent from the class of 78. Because you will be hit by nostalgia, and you will go to that school.
Don't do anything, just don't. But yeah, we've come up on the 3 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and grab something to eat, and I need to take the doggos out. I'm surprised they've behaved through the whole stream. There's usually some kind of howling or barking or something.
Right.
They were good this time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. We actually made it through for once. I usually have to mute at least at some point because they're making noise. But alrighty, thanks for stopping by. I always enjoy the company.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having everybody.
No problem.
Absolutely. Thank you for stopping by, and thanks to everybody in the chat. It's always a fun part of the weekend, just chilling out and hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always enjoy it. So thanks a bunch. But alrighty, I'll go ahead and jump off. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Stay frosty.
Night.